Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another watch along. And listen, I hope you're all looking forward to the game. Listen, it's going to be a tough game, but hopefully we can get the victory. Listen, I'm going to get straight on to introducing my guest. First of all, I just want to apologize for being 15 minutes late. You know, I was waiting for people to join, and we're waiting on Nitesh. So, Nitesh, get your ass in here if you're watching, or you know, put down the internet porn and get on. So anyway, let's crack on with introducing the guest. First of all, we got Ryan. Ryan, how are you, mate? Well, thanks for joining us.
I'm good. Actually, still positive. I think we're going to get something out of this match. I'm happy.
Yeah, and we got Richard. How are you, Richard?
Yeah, very well, thanks. Yeah, so thanks for having me on. Really looking forward to this game. I think it should be an exciting game. Actually, two good teams, both in good form at the moment as well. So I think there should be some goals, hopefully, and hopefully we'll get more than they do.
Yeah, and regular as always, Sam Greenwood. How are you, mate?
Thanks for having me on again, as always, Daniel. It's a pleasure being here. Nice to see some new face on here as well, Richard. A nice new addition to the watch-alongs. Kevin, I haven't seen you for a little while, mate. Nice to see you back. And big up everyone in the chat, as always. Hopefully we'll do something today. You know, come on, you Gunners.
Yeah, and finally, last but not no means least, Kevin.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Daniel. Big up guys in the chat, and nice to see you guys, Ryan, Sam, Richard, Daniel. It's been a while, but I'm kind of looking forward to the game. The irony is, like, in the absence of me, I think Arsenal have won the last remaining 3 games.
Oh,
so,
yeah,
what a time to make an appearance, you know. hoping for but jokes aside, just hoping to get a positive result. You know, I've never been so optimistic before, but let's see. Come on, you Gunners. Let's see what you got in store tonight, man.
Yeah, come on, lads. Yeah. Come on.
And Kevin, if we lose tonight, just letting you know, you're getting a sack instantly.
Oh, don't you dare! Also,
you're the scapegoat tonight. You're the scapegoat tonight, Kevin.
Yeah, you've just opened yourself up to a whole world.
I just opened the can of worms. You know. Let's see.
If Arsenal lose, it's all Kevin's fault.
Oh shit!
Well, it makes us all feel better anyway. We win that's the main thing.
I'm not going to make any rants.
So yeah, listen, the teams are out. Sam, if you would like to share your screen, and we can go through the team.
I'll tell you what. I'm just going to bring it up here. 1 second, and. Yep. Right. Okay. I'll share my screen.
Let me try and add it in here.
Hang on. I'm just got to select it first. There we go. Right. Okay. You should be able to pick it now.
Where it goes? There we go. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I hope everyone can see this. Okay. So this is the lineup we have for Arsenal. We have Martinez in goal. We have a back 3. So we had Kolasinac out left, Luiz in the middle, Mustafi on the right. So it's this hybrid 3-4-3 formation we're playing. So we're going to we've got 2 wing backs today again as the last few games. Tierney out left, playing left wing back. We've got Suarez making his first team, starting debut. He's starting the game today for the first time for Arsenal. That'll be very interesting after his last appearance, where he came on and scored a great goal.
With his left foot?
Yeah, with his left foot, which was fantastic.
As you've mentioned.
And so we've got a central midfield pairing of Granit Xhaka and Dani Ceballos. And then up front, it looks like we're playing with Aubameyang out left, Nketiah down the middle, and Saka out right, which I suppose is the unusual part of this lineup for us. On the bench, we have Macy, the goalkeeper. We have Bellerin, Holding, Socrates, Maitland-Niles, Torreira, Willock, Lacazette, and Reece Nelson. Guendouzi and Ozil have been left out for, I think obvious reasons now. I think they're probably done and dusted when it comes to their future in the club. And Pepe has been left out for personal reasons. Apparently his wife is going into labour very shortly, so we congratulate him on having a kid. And so that's the lineup for Arsenal. I think it's a good lineup for us. It's pretty much the same tactics and formation that we've been playing lately. That's been working quite well. So that should do us well. And let's just have a look at the Wolves lineup while we're at it. They're lining up with a 3-5-2. Patricio in goal. Got Saïs at left. Cody, who's been doing very well for them this season, in the middle. Bowley out on the right, and the back three there, and then in the midfield 5 out left. We've got Castro. Then they've got Moutinho, Neves in the middle. Then Donker on the right of the pairing there, and then Doherty out right. And then they're starting with Traore up front together with Jimenez. So that'll be interesting to see how much our defence can soak up that pressure today from them. And on the bench they've got Ruddy, Burr, Vinag, Kielman, Jordao, Gibbs-White, Campagna, Neto. We thought Neto would be starting today, but obviously he's not. And Jota. So let's see how we get on today. Just have a look at the statistics here. The last games we've had against Wolverhampton, we played them at home last time in November 19. We drew 1-1. We played them away April 19. We lost 3-1. We played them at home again November 18. Drew 1-1. And then we haven't beaten them basically since, it says here, April 2012, when we beat them 3-0 away is the last time we've actually beaten them when we played them. So, interesting stuff to see what we can do today. I'll give my screen back to you now, Daniel.
And listen, it's going to be an interesting game. You know, it's going to be the toughest challenge so far, but I do like that Arteta's sticking with this same formation because it seems to get a lot of success out of these players. We all know that some of these players aren't good enough for the club, but he seems to have found a winning formula. So it'll be interesting to see whether we can actually get a result with this formation against possibly our toughest challenge since the restart.
Yeah, I was just going to say something there. I mean, do we think Traore is going to be playing up front with Jimenez, or do you think he might still be on the sort of right-hand side and Jimenez on his own up front? Do you think that might not be what they're doing and packing the midfield a bit more?
Yeah,
they've got 5. They've got 5 in midfield already. So how would they? I don't know. They might.
Yeah, but I mean, it's basically 2 wing backs, isn't it? I suppose when you look at it, because Otto will be more down the sort of left-hand side of the 3. I reckon it's more going to be Otto to. Traore and sort of Jimenez as the front 3 possibly, and then they're going to have Doherty, Dendoncker, Neves and Moutinho as their midfield. That could be how they're lining up. I'll be surprised if Traore is going to be up front. You might have a free rolling behind possibly. Could be. That's definitely a way of going, yeah. Otto's generally sort of left-sided, isn't he? And obviously Traore generally right-sided, so that looks like it could be a front 3. But then again, Traore could be sort of dropping into a number 10 role, possibly. But either way, I mean, they've overloaded their midfield against our sort of. We've basically got 2 in the middle of midfield, and they've got 3. So that's going to be difficult for us there, isn't it? I think a little bit. Yeah, I mean, they're going to be crowding us in midfield. So I mean, Ceballos and Xhaka are going to have a lot cut out for them. They are. They're going to do well to sort of find space, really, aren't they? Especially Ceballos needs a little bit of space, doesn't he, to get the ball and create things. I mean, it'd be interesting to see how that works out. I mean, obviously, I think we're going to have to keep the ball out wide. We're going to have to play down the flanks to keep it out of the middle. I think to be able to counter it. But then that tends to be how they play as well, isn't it? Because they use their wing backs really well, and obviously they've got Traore if he is going to be more sort of wide, and Otto on the other side. So it could be quite a similar system. I just think we've maybe Saka actually for us, unless he's going to drop back into the midfield because he's sort of played there, hasn't he, in a couple of games, to try to sort of match up their formation possibly. That might be what we do, and have maybe Nketiah and Aubameyang a little bit closer together.
Maybe Saka could be dropping into more like the 10 role.
He could be, yeah, exactly.
Helping out more in midfield.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking.
Saka's played quite well in that 10 role. The times that he's done, listen. He offers more than Mesut Ozil. Listen, I want to touch on that. What do you guys think? Because this is the third or fourth time in a row that Guendouzi and Ozil have been dropped out of the team. So, do you think it's curtains for them both, or do you think that obviously it's just squad rotation because they're not even on the bench?
Well, I think in the case of Ozil, I think it's definitely, pretty much 100% nailed on now that he doesn't have a future at the club under Arteta, because he just hasn't featured at all since the restart. He hasn't been anywhere to be seen apart from on the bench a couple of times, basically, and that's it. So for me, I'd say that's a real ominous sign for him. Guendouzi, I'm not quite sure whether he's actually decided he doesn't want him anymore, because this will be his third game now, not being included in the match squad altogether, which it could be for disciplinary reasons, behind closed doors, behind the scenes, behind closed doors at the club, disciplinary reasons that we're not seeing him included at all, unless there was some kind of agreement there going forward. Or possibly, if we see the next few games the same thing, then for me, I'll start asking questions about Guendouzi as well. Maybe he has done something more that we don't know about, and Arteta's decided, listen, this kid's not what we need in the club in terms of attitude and mentality, etc. And we're not going to be letting him take part anymore, which for me is a shame for Guendouzi.
Do you not think? Arteta, didn't he say in his press conference the other day that he felt as though he sort of mentioned it, didn't he? That changes need to be made and changes haven't been made. So I think it's an attitude problem with Guendouzi, and I think Arteta wants him either to kind of, to toe the line and do what he needs him to do, or he's going to get rid of him. And it's looking like now, this is the fourth game in a row he's not featured at all since Brighton, and I think he's on his way out. I can't see a way back for him now. Ozil, I think we know what the situation is with that. We can't really get rid of him at the moment because of the contract that he's on. But if he's not going to play, what do we do? It's quite that's a bad situation for the club to be in, actually. We're getting these contracts signed, aren't we? And obviously we're hoping to get Aubameyang's one signed. And we've got this problem with Ozil, haven't we? Because he's costing us a lot of money, and now he's not even getting on the bench. And is he injured? His back injury? I don't believe that for 1 minute. I think there's more going on there, obviously. Whatever the situation is, obviously Arteta isn't wanting to pick him at this moment in time, which seems fair enough with how the team's certainly been playing the last few games. But it's a problem for the club, isn't it? Because this money that we're paying out every single week for him just to be sitting at home watching the game with us.
Yeah, it is a problem. Yeah.
Big up to everybody. Big up to everybody in the chat already who's tuned in. So big up to all the regulars and you guys. But yeah, see, the thing is with Guendouzi as well, right? That Guendouzi is a tricky one, because if we wanted to get rid of him, then we probably could get a decent amount of money for him. And I'm just wondering if Arsenal and the board are looking at that, because our finances are going to be pretty stretched at the moment with everything that's going on. So I'm wondering if they're going to use Guendouzi to get a little bit of money to finance getting other players. And listen, although he is a talent, don't get me wrong, he has got the talent, but there's always, usually when a new manager comes in, there's always casualties, and I just think that Guendouzi is going to be one of the players that maybe he's not going to get on with Arteta. He's already shown that with certain things. So yeah, maybe that his time at the club is coming to an end.
And like you said, we can get money for him as well, so it might make sense financially to actually sell him, because it's he's one of the players that we're going to make money on, aren't we? Because we did get him reasonably cheaply, and his value's probably gone up in the last 2 years that we've had him. So yeah, to me, it makes sense for the club to sell somebody like that who we can make good money on, and then that can go towards hopefully either Aubameyang's contract or one or two new arrivals as well coming in, which seems likely to happen hopefully now.
Yeah. I mean, I listen. if we could use if we could sell him and use some of the money that we get for him, maybe on getting Partey into the club, this and that would be certainly a step up. And it could happen, this Thomas Partey thing has got a lot of legs to it, it's got a lot of traction to it. So I don't think it's just paper talk, or I think it could potentially happen.
Yeah, I mean, we've heard it all before, though, haven't we?
Mm.
Unfortunately, with other players, there's been a lot of other signings over the summertime that we've looked like were definitely coming and they never did. So I'm gonna, hold back and hope that it happens, but I'm not gonna get too excited yet until he's actually in the Arsenal shirt on the website. But it's looking a lot more positive, isn't it? The stuff coming from the club seems quite positive with it now. And if we can wangle the finances, get rid of a couple of players and whatever to make sure that we can get it done, then let's hope we can, because I think he'd be a massive player for us, isn't he? Because he's sort of exactly what we need. And Traore, actually, just looking at him, they've got some highlights of him now. I mean, I'll definitely buy him if we had the chance.
Yeah.
Traore is a good player, but the problem with Traore is I'm not completely convinced on his end product. He's great. He's don't get me wrong, he's a good player, but I'm not completely sold on him.
He's just come out there. He's got 9 assists in the Premier League this season, which is probably okay, isn't it? It's not a bad return. He'll probably be up there with, in the top 10 probably in the Premier League this season on assists then. I mean, most of them have been for Jimenez, I think, as well. But I think he would add something to it. He's very direct, isn't he? He runs at people and gets balls into the box. And we haven't really got anybody that does that on the right-hand side. I mean, on the left, we've got Saka who's been doing that, which has been working quite well. I think if we had that balance on the right as well, then I think that's going to be a positive move for us if we were to do that. But I just can't see us getting him anyway. It's just kind of, I just think he would improve our team, that's all.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Sam, would you like to read out a couple of chats?
Yeah, we've got a lot of talk in the chat about, let's see, to see if we've got some art. They're talking a lot about Greenwood at the moment, Greenwood versus Martinelli because of Greenwood's performance today. Let me see.
He scored 2, didn't he?
Greenwood was excellent today, really good today. That kid's a huge talent. He's living up to his name at the moment, isn't he? I mean, his potential.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Tough game for Arsenal, playing an established Wolves team. GDU Gaming saying, never thought I'd say Wolves established, but yeah, they're a pretty good team, aren't they now, Wolves? They're doing well. Yeah, people just basically say, come on, Arsenal, hope Arsenal get a result. And then, some GDU saying, yeah, Guendouzi's leaving, he wants more money. Unfortunately, he doesn't deserve more money. And Arsenal misfit Steve, what's his name? Wiswick, I think is his name. Ozil is not playing for tactical reasons. There'll be too much running and physical exertion. So basically playing football then. He just basically can't play football. I mean, if he's only left out for a couple of games or he left on the bench, you would say maybe tactical reasons. But when he's been left out of the squad entirely and he basically hasn't played a minute since we restarted, it's not tactical reasons. It's a lot more than that. It's he's not part of Arteta's plans anymore. That's what it is. It's pretty clear now. Basically just people talking about Greenwood, how good he is, and then Liam saying, tough game, can't wait. And Saka playing left wing, apparently, someone's saying. I don't know how we're going to set that up then, but okay. So that's it at the moment.
I think as well it's thing with Ozil. I've said this for time that the only way we're going to get rid of him is just just benching him or leaving him out the squad altogether and letting him go on a free at the end of next season. That's the only way we're going to get rid of him. And I think maybe Arteta's probably coming round to that conclusion that the only way to get him out of the club is just to sit him out of the squad until until his contract runs out, and just don't offer him a new one.
But then we've still got to pay all that contract. We might be better off just paying his contract up, like similar thing to what we've done with Mkhitaryan, and maybe get rid of him that way. Because I think that while we keep him at the club paying all that money out every week, it's just going to cause an issue because the fans always talk about it, and it's going to be better, I think, to get him out of the club if we can by paying off his contract. Doing it that way rather than waiting a year. That's another year, isn't it, of us paying out millions of pounds in wages to him when we could just pay him off and it's done, isn't it? And then that whole problem's kind of gone away, and we can then the money that we're going to save on that we can then put towards Aubameyang's contract or whatever it might be.
There's a lot of talk of him going back to Turkey. But they don't have the money. Fenerbahce, which I think are like the favourites, they don't really have the money for him. So what we probably have to end up doing is we'll probably have to end up financing a lot of his transfer, like paying the rest of his contract, and then them agreeing something with him they can agree on. But we'll probably have to end up paying to get rid of him, I bet, in the summer. That's what we're going to have to do.
Probably, and it might be the best thing to do for the club. I mean, personally, I still like Ozil and I still rate him, and I'd like to see him playing, but I understand why he's not. And now it's got to a point where if he's not even getting picked on the bench, then we need to get him off the wage bill, and that's the only step forward now. And it's just how we do that, I think, and that's probably what the club are going to have to work out once the season's finished. Work out the best way to deal with it, or he's going to have to knuckle down and work his way back into the team for next season if we're going to keep him, because I don't think we can keep him for another year without him playing. I don't think we can really do that personally. But we'll see. So Arsenal coming out from a weird little sort of changing room. I don't know whether it's in the director's box, is it?
It's above the tunnel.
When they're coming out there, just mad, isn't it? All the games have been like that. They're stuck in a little. What was it? Was it Liverpool stuck in a porter cabin at Everton, weren't they? Getting changed in the car park.
They go back to Sunday. Go back to Sunday League, didn't it?
That's Sunday League, like,
porter cabins, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what it's like. Yeah, man, that was mad. That seeing him walking through the car park, going into the ground. It's like, what are you doing? But anyway, it's a bit different, isn't it? I suppose, but. Yeah, it just seems weird. And walking down the stand. Actually, they've just come out of a different entrance. It looks like it's from the changing rooms, doesn't it? They must just have gone up round the back and come out from there. It's just a bit strange, but anyway, it's what has to be done. Suarez is looking pretty cool, isn't he? Look at him with his little tash on that.
So, score predictions for today. I said yesterday that I think it'll be a 2-2 draw.
I'm going to stick with my 2-1 prediction from yesterday as well. 2-1 to the Arsenal. Arsenal, right, of course. Okay. Yeah. Of course, Arsenal.
Yeah, who was it? Wasn't it? Who was it? Was it Natesh or Simpy that predicted a 2-1 Wolves win?
I think Simpy was.
Simpy.
Even if you think that, you can't say it, can you? It's not right. I mean, a draw seems the most likely result, seeing as we've drawn 13 and they've drawn 13 this season. So the draw specialist, it seems like a draw. Yeah. But I'm going to be sort of optimistic and say that I'm going to go with Ryan. I think we can win 2-1, but it's going to be tough. And a draw wouldn't be a disaster, but obviously we really do need to win, don't we?
Yeah.
Yep. Certainly do. We need to. If we want to get up that table, we're going to have to beat Wolves. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be. I can see it being a 1-1. That's my prediction. I think we're going to have a tough time of the game. I think it's going to be very, very evenly matched, and I think we'll both score. But I just can't see a team winning. To be honest, I think it'll be 1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's reasonable. Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that.
Interesting. I'm very interested in seeing Suarez now, though, getting a full start here. I would love to see how he actually does from the start.
Yeah, no, I was looking forward to that. Obviously, from the other night when he come on, wanted to see him start a game and see how he gets on. I mean, it's a tough one to start as well, isn't it? Up against some good players. I mean, they've got Otto down left hand side. He's a tricky customer, so he's going to have to be on his game, isn't he? But the other night looked promising, so let's hope he can carry that on and use his left foot again as well, which would be quite nice.
I don't like this ref, though. Don't like him.
Oh, it's
Michael
Oliver. He was he the one at Man City?
I think so, yeah.
To be fair, most of them aren't very good, are they? So it's not like there's a favourite, is there? Really?
The standard of refereeing in the Premier League is shocking. That's when they
It's
never get
terrible,
picked for major
not-
European or World Cup tournaments. You know, it is shocking.
Well,
And
Arsenal,
VAR's not helped either, is it? It's just made it
no,
worse.
fucking hell. The irony, that's meant to help them.
I know. Well, it's just all it means is there's another sort of referee who doesn't know what he's doing in a room somewhere watching on a telly.
That's the thing. With VAR to work, you need somebody with a footballing brain and a refereeing brain. And unfortunately, the clowns that are in charge of VAR in the control room where they're watching it is no better than the referees on the pitch.
And it's worse for them in a way because they haven't got the same feeling of the game because they're watching it on a screen miles away rather than being on. At least the referees on the pitch have got a feel for the game that's going on. But yeah, I don't know how they can change that really. I mean, it's not worked really. I don't think. Certainly not for us.
I think Saka's lined up outright. They're doing their knee thing now. And I think Saka's lined up outright. Yeah, he's outright.
Oh,
I'm just gonna mute for a second.
Just kicked off.
Yeah, they're just doing a knee on my. I'm a little bit behind, but
I'm on 25 seconds. If we've had a chance through.
Oh, yeah, Traore just had a chance. Traore's playing through the middle.
Yeah.
He is. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, maybe they've gone two up front then. Maybe they've seen how terrible we are at the back and.
Going to try and put pressure on it.
I tell you what, I can see they're putting Traore on Luiz.
Oh,
They're putting Traore on Luiz, and Luiz.
That's a good save from Martin. Is that right at the beginning?
I tell you what, Luiz is going to have and now I see. Yeah. Oh my God, Luiz is going to have a terrible day against Traore.
But to be fair, whoever's against Traore is going to have a tough game.
Yeah.
Because of how good he is. So, I think that's just the way it is, and we just need to maybe double up on him a little bit at a time. I'd have put Kolasinac on him because at least he's got the strength to do something to stop him.
Yeah, Kolasinac is tucking in to help there.
Yeah, I think he needs to.
Right, so we'll look now then.
But yeah, I mean, Saka is over on the right, isn't he?
Yep.
Which I don't think really suits him, but anyway, needs.
No, I think Arteta thinks he's still better than what Reece Nielsen can bring to the table. I think.
Well, no, I mean, and that's true. I think that's true. I mean, he's been great this season, Saka. I just don't feel as though you're going to get the best out of him on the right hand side.
It's not his best position, is it? Yeah, it's not his best position.
I remember at Burnley when Martinelli was put on the right, it didn't suit him either, and he struggled in that game out on the right-hand side. And I think it's the same with Saka. He didn't have a great game out there when he played. Was it Brighton, wasn't it, when I think he was out on the right-hand side?
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, he'll probably score a hat-trick now, and it'll be great.
Yeah.
Well, he's got the ball now anyway. I've just got him now on the ball, so let's see what he can do. But again, you see, he's always going to cut inside, isn't he? Because he wants to be on his left foot.
Yeah.
Which is
this Traore looks like a bloody bodybuilder, doesn't he?
Oh, he's ridiculous, isn't he? He's an absolute beast.
He really is.
Hmm.
I mean, we sort of settled down. That was a terrible start when they nearly scored straight away, but we've sort of settled in a bit now, haven't we? Getting a bit of possession and knocking it around, which is what we needed to do, I think. See David Luiz with them long balls.
They're dropping a bit. They're dropping into their own half, so they're not pushing high up. Wolves, they're dropping down a bit, letting us.
Yeah, they're letting us
play.
Fall. Yeah, because they feel happy there, don't they? To let us have it. We just need to have something a little bit special, don't we, to get in around the back of them, maybe get it out wide and stuff like that. Try and get them free centre halves to sort of get a bigger gap between them, pull them out wide a bit more.
I tell you what, I've seen replays of that chance they had, and Martinez did well there. He timed that well.
He did do well, yeah.
I'm impressed with Martinez because for me, Martinez is doing what he's supposed to be doing, and for me, his distribution is better than Leno's.
He's much better than Leno's distribution. I mean, that was actually really good. Yeah, I've just seen the replay there. He came out quick. He was decisive. You know, you know what I mean? It's easy to pull out of that, when you've got Traore charging towards you.
You got the boot, yeah. You got
Yeah,
that boot coming
Martinez.
straight towards your face.
Thing is, I think Martinez is really taking his chance. Now that that Leno's out injured, I think he's thinking, do you know what? If I perform well, I'm getting in the team, and he's thing is as well, his distribution is slightly better than Leno's as well.
Oh, so that's a lot better. It's a lot better.
Yeah.
I still think Leno's maybe a better kind of shot stopper overall and a better goalkeeper overall, but Martinez has done really well actually, and I've been quite surprised at how well he's done. I was a bit sort of nervous about him when he had to play, but he's done really well, hasn't he? So let's hope it continues, because he's going to be busy today, I feel.
Yep. I think he's going to have a few things to do today.
Yeah, I do as well. So let's hope he continues his good form. So I think we're going to need him.
Yeah. What are people saying in the chat, Sam? What have we got?
Let's have a look.
Looking at it at the moment. So
GDU saying not looking good today. Arsenal's 3-0 to Wolves is GDU saying.
Really?
There's not really been much anything else talking about the game so far. Not really much activity. Just people saying hello to each other and stuff, asking what stream they're using. Let's see what they're saying in a while. I think everyone's concentrated on the game now.
On the game, yeah.
It's been quite even, isn't it, really? I mean, we've had a little spell of possession. They've got a little spell of possession. They've had that one chance, and that's it, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're actually defended reasonably well so far. We're winning a few tackles. We're winning the ball back quite early, which is good at the moment. So let's hope we can carry on, because that's what we need to do.
Yeah, they're letting us play the ball, and then we just have to see if we can do anything in transition. Really, I mean, when we get the ball, I think we have to move the ball a bit quicker.
That's the problem, and that's always been a problem with Arsenal, is the transition. We have got slow midfielders. We need quick midfielders for the transition that we like to play to work. The midfielders dawdle on the ball too much. Interestingly,
I'm seeing here both wing backs are not really attacking the final third. They're staying back, so supporting the midfield. So yeah, that's interesting. It's going to make it more difficult for us to attack when we don't have they're not overlapping.
Yeah.
So we're playing more cautiously here. We're actually playing more cautiously. We're mindful of what they're going to do when they win the ball.
But I think away from home you need to do that, don't you? I don't think we can.
Yeah.
You know, the other night against Norwich, we had all the play, and it was. This is going to be a totally different game, isn't it? And we just need to be focused and switched on all the time, especially when we do lose the ball, because they're going to move it quickly. Which, like you said, we don't do that enough, do we?
No.
I just sometimes look at this team and think, if we had Santi Cazorla playing in this midfield, this team would actually be pretty decent.
Yeah, we need someone who can play the ball quickly and find the right passes and be creative. Yeah. You know, it's that type of link-up player in midfield we're missing.
I mean, we're still linked to Coutinho, aren't we? So
well, I think he would do a decent job, to be honest. I really do. I mean,
yeah, I wouldn't say no if we could get him.
To consider we could get him on a loan, just pay a loan fee for him.
Yeah, I think that's one position that we are lacking. I mean, we need a big commanding centre half who's going to attack the ball. We need a defensive midfield to offer protection, and we need someone in midfield who can move the ball quickly. And say a Santi Cazorla type player for me is what we need.
Yeah,
and I think we would then actually have, I think, a really, really good team. Because we've got the basics there, haven't we? I know that we've not had a great season, but when you look at it, we've got some good players in good positions to have, haven't we? So, and some versatility. We've got a lot of good young players. We just need 2 or 3 now, don't we, just to finish it off?
Yeah, it's those 2-3 players we're lacking to really take us up to that level we need to be.
And I think that's all it is as well. I mean,
Yeah.
some people say, "Oh, we need the whole new team." We don't. We just need 2 or 3 of the right players in the right positions. And I think we can go from being what's been a pretty average team to certainly challenging the top 4 again, if not even more than that.
Yeah, and we could build from there, basically.
I mean, I'm not having it that Wolves have got better players than us. They've got 1 or 2 better players, but overall, I don't think they have. And yet, you know, they're above us in the league at the moment by 6 points. So, you know, and they're still in the Europa League. So they've obviously had a better season than we have. But I don't think they've got a better team necessarily. They've got a good system that works. They're well coached. And they've
they're a team. They're a team. They're a unit, aren't they? That's that's what it's about. That's what Leicester were as well, weren't they? In 2016, they were a unit, weren't they? I mean, you got Vardy, who's an excellent striker, but the rest of the team's a unit, isn't it?
Well, so we let Traore try, get a cross in there. Tierney.
Yeah, Traore's dropping out right now. He's going back to his right wing position by the looks of it. Yeah, he's gone out right.
I think he's got a bit of a free role, hasn't he? I think he's just allowed to kind of drift out and he can come back in.
Looks like it. He's been given, like you say, a bit of a free roll out there.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's going to be difficult to keep him quiet if he keeps moving around because not one player's going to be able to mark him. I mean, this is a good opportunity here. Saka's got the ball, but he's not comfortable on his right side, is he? That's the problem. I tell you what, I never thought Connor Cody had become this good a player.
Whoa.
There you go.
Traore cuts inside and
just can't stop him, can you?
See, he's an absolute beast, isn't he?
Yeah. To me, he's been the player of the year for me in this season. He's so exciting to watch. I just think he's just unbelievable. He's got everything in it: pace, power, strength. He's got good feet. And he's now added a bit of product at the end. You know, he's got getting going. I mean, that was a terrible shot in the end.
Go on, cross it. Wrong ball. Unlucky.
Yeah, I mean, if Traore adds a bit of end product, then he's going to be scary. Absolutely scary.
Yeah. I think he has, again, I think, as Richard said, he has improved as well this season compared to last season.
Definitely has, yeah. Oh, miles better than last season he is. And he'll say if he's going to continue that, I mean, he's still pretty young, isn't he? So he's going to improve. I just think he's brilliant. I think, to me, I say he's been the player of the season for me. Oh, Kieran Tierney's away down the left here.
Yeah.
A little pullback didn't really go anywhere, did it? Maybe it was a wrong option, actually.
Good.
He played the ball. I think he played the ball into the right area. It's just there's no one there.
Well, yeah, but I mean, in that particular attack, it was the wrong option, maybe, because everyone had gone ahead of the ball, hadn't they, where he played it? He needed to maybe drill it in low to near post.
Yeah, if he's going to play it to them, but I mean, in that situation, it's a perfect area to pull back on, and you got the whole. You saw where the ball came to. There was no one there.
Exactly.
There was no Wolves player, no Arsenal player. If it would have been an Arsenal player, they would have had nice time to shoot.
I mean, we had sort of 3 in the box, though, didn't we? Or 2 or 3 in the box that he could have.
Yeah, they went on the same run. You know, that's where we have to sort of figure this out. We can't have everyone going on the same run. Someone has to hold back and wait.
I mean, that's what Pepe's been doing, hasn't he? He's been kind of pulling out and making a late run, which is what we need. He'd have probably been on the end of that cross, actually, wouldn't he?
I mean, I was saying before in a group chat with Sam's in, it would have made more sense to put an actual right winger on the right, like Nelson. Nelson's on the bench. I know Pepe can't be there, but Nelson's a right winger as well. Why couldn't he give him a run out and put Saka on the left? Because, as you said, Saka doesn't look comfortable on that right-hand side.
But then what do we do with Aubameyang, though? Do we play Aubameyang through the middle? He's not. Arteta's not played him through the middle, has he? Because he obviously likes Eddie a lot, and Eddie's been doing well. So I don't know. It's a tough one, isn't it? Because I personally think Aubameyang should be through the middle, but Arteta's I don't think he's ever played him there yet, has he?
I don't think so.
He always seems to want to play him down the left. I mean, it seems to be working because he's got a lot of goals, isn't he? So it's not. Yeah. You can't say it's not working, but I don't know really. I mean, I agree that you need a naturally right-sided player on the right, but Pepe normally plays there, and he's not either, is he? So
I think at the moment, this just shows how threadbare our squad is really when we don't have much option.
Well, again, it's putting. I mean, for me, it's you're asking players to play in positions where they shouldn't be playing. I mean, if it was me, I'll just put Reece Nelson out there because he is a right-sided player, you know. And then Saka either has to drop to the bench, or you know, or you leave Nketiah out and you put Saka out left and Aubameyang in the middle.
Well, yeah. I mean, having said that, I mean, if you look at our bench, I mean, we've got some good players on our bench, haven't we? Torreira, Maitland-Niles, Willock, Nelson, as we've mentioned. You know, they're players who can come on and make a difference, I think. I mean, you look at Wolves' bench, apart from maybe Neto and Jota, the rest of them, to me, don't strike fear into me, thinking, oh, what happens if they bring them on? I think we've got more options on the bench today, which may prove crucial later on in the game, because, you know, obviously these games are coming sort of quick, haven't they, to everyone? I mean, everyone's played a lot of games.
You see, the thing is, for me, I don't think we play the type of football that suits Nketiah. For me,
no, because see, Saka again is not. He doesn't want to be out there.
We play more link-up play through midfield. We play more of a build-up play through midfield. We don't play these quick, fast counter-attacks where we're crossing into a box into the box early. Nketiah's great. Nketiah's great at getting on the end of a cross, an early cross, and sort of getting early into the box. That's his forte. But build-up play and linking with midfield, which we mostly do, Nketiah doesn't suit that.
No, he doesn't. Lacazette probably does more because he drops deep and gets the ball, and he can bring others into the game.
Yeah, that's where Lacazette suits our play more, but he just doesn't score goals. That's the problem. We need someone.
I don't think you can score goals. You can't score goals when you're sort of facing away from the goal, sort of moving backwards. Whereas in Nketiah, at least he's moving forwards, isn't he? He's trying to get into them positions. But yeah, he's not. We don't create enough opportunities for him, I don't think.
No, because we need to cross. He's an excellent player if you're crossing early. He gets to the end of everything.
It sounds strange, but I think Ozil would create a lot of goals for him, actually. a peak Ozil, maybe not now.
I don't think Ozil would do anything now.
Unfortunately,
no, probably not now. No, but I say peak Ozil would have been good because he used to create so many goals for like Walcott and Giroud, who used to attack the box, and that's what Nketiah does. So I think he would have scored a lot of goals in. But anyway, I mean, see, our two midfielders, Jack and Ceballos, we've got the ball and they're pretty much in the centre circle. And that's obviously the plan because we don't want to leave ourselves open. But even when we've got the ball and going forward, neither of them two want to make a run or look to support. Wolves have conceded 2 goals in their last 8 games.
Yeah, they're a good unit.
That's pretty impressive, that, isn't it? They've only faced 21 shots on target as well.
Over. Good.
They're a good unit.
He's a good manager, isn't he, Nuno, I think.
Yeah.
I would have been quite happy if we'd got him when, obviously when Emery went, but, we didn't. And we've got Arteta now. And I'm happy enough with that as it is. But at the time, I was really kind of hoping we might have got Nuno.
Yeah, I think once Arteta gets his stamp on the team, I think he'll do a good job.
Yeah.
I think, he seems to be, I know the first 2 games since the restart didn't go to plan. He did a lot of questionable things, but it seems to have gone a lot better since the first 2 games. And I like the fact that he's sticking and persisting with this system that seems to be working. He's not just changing it back.
Yeah, because I think he can see that that's going to be the future, isn't it? It's a very Man City type formation, isn't it? It's a very Man City system, and he wants that to be the way we're going to play in the future. So I think he's trying to get everybody used to it now, so that next season we can start, on the front foot with it, rather than trying to kind of get used to it. And at the moment, it's been working the last few games. This is our biggest test, really, isn't it, so far?
Yeah.
So let's see. So far in this game we're doing okay. Not brilliant, but they've had that one chance really. That's it, and we look reasonably comfortable at the moment.
I think at the moment he's trying to do the system, but he hasn't got the players to fit this system. Once he gets his own players in, and he's fitting the system.
Piss off. Good defending. Sorry, because I'm ahead of you by the sounds of it.
Yeah, I think you are. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on 1839.
I think I might be. I think I might be a little bit ahead because I've got it on the telly. So I think it might be a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a little bit behind. I've just got a throw in at the moment. Dockett is about to take it. I'm assuming he's going to try a long throw. He's quite good at it.
Put it this way: when you get to where we are, Tierney was not impressed with his teammates.
Mm.
Oh, that was a bit of sloppy, wasn't it? From that throw, but we dealt with it in the end and got it away.
Yeah, well done, Tierney.
Yeah.
Oh, we're playing out from the back. Oh, Jesus.
No, but it's so slow.
I mean, Tierney's saying there he's got two players. He's got a mark, which is probably true.
Yeah.
But that's unfortunately Kolasinac has got in too much. He did have two, yeah.
We're still at the back here.
He done well, Tierney, then actually. Well played.
There's no movement in midfield. I mean, come on, you got. Jesus Christ! I mean, if you're going to play out from the back, there has to be movement in midfield. You can't just stand there looking at them playing the ball.
Yeah,
I've gone backwards again. Oh my God!
I mean, see, look now. You've got Xhaka and Ceballos. They're like 10 yards outside our penalty area.
Yeah.
Where's the option there? I mean, yeah, David Luiz could hit a long ball, but then that's just a 50-50, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I can't understand what that's. I mean, you can see what they're trying to do, but it's like you said, we don't have the players, do we, to pull it off really. Well, having said that, I mean, we've kind of got it forward now slowly. Ceballos on a little run.
It's just so laborious, though, isn't it? It is. So...
But that seems to be the way football is now, though, isn't it? It's all a possession-based game as opposed to moving the ball forward quickly. It's all about keeping possession of the ball, drawing the opposition in, and then looking in for some spaces. And that's what Man City have done really well, haven't they, for the last 2 or 3 years? It's what Liverpool kind of do, although Liverpool are a little bit more direct, aren't they?
I tell you what, we're playing a bit defensive at the moment, to be honest. I mean, we're not. Our wing backs are still not overlapping.
Not really. I mean, Suarez is just getting forward now. Actually, we just lost the ball, but Saka won it back. Well, he's given away a foul. Suarez seems to be getting forward a little bit more.
Maybe the last couple of minutes, but until the last couple of minutes, he's been holding back. Same with Tierney.
Yeah, but I think we're worried about getting caught out on a break, aren't we? That's why. I think we're conscious.
Yeah, as I'm saying, we're playing a bit defensive. So, my point is, it's going to be more difficult in attack when we don't have any overlapping.
It is, but I mean, I suppose away from home, a good team when you're playing away, you can't be too open, can you? That's the problem. And we're keeping it compact, which is probably a good thing to do, certainly early in the game. And hopefully there'll be a few more spaces later on. But like you said, we need to make the midfield need to be more active, don't they?
It's gonna result in us not creating much. That's the thing, If we don't overlap, we're not creating.
And that's been a problem away from home for a while, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
We don't create a lot of chances away from home.
Thing is, we're not leaving ourselves open that much at the moment. We seem to be.
No, we're not.
The problem is with Wolves, they're sort of a team. Do you attack them and let them hit you on the counter when they're quite a fast team, or do you just try and slow the game down and just make it difficult?
Yeah, and that seems to be what we're trying to do. I think we're trying to get a little bit of control, aren't we? We're trying to keep the ball and keep possession, and I think that's been what we've been. That's our sort of aim at the moment, really, rather than sort of creating too much.
Yeah,
but then we haven't really got that quality, have we? Certainly not in midfield to open teams up. Just saw a ball there. I think it was Mustafi played it through towards Eddie, and it was not a great ball at all. It just went straight through to the goalkeeper, and we need to be better with that, I think.
Yeah.
So, what does Kevin say? Let's bring in Kevin.
Yeah, the chat are very concerned about Kevin.
Kevin, what do you say? What do you say, mate? Kevin, what are your thoughts on the first 23 minutes?
You keep giving away cheap balls. That's what we are doing, actually. You just keep giving away possession. We are holding possession, but not in the crucial areas. We're pretty much just passing it towards a blind alley. That's what we are doing. We don't seem to get the strikers much more involved. Our midfield looks swallowed. Yeah, mostly Wolves are the one cutting through us apart, in the midfield areas. But other than that, I don't see us we are just going like the same old Arsenal, sideways, backwards, sideways, backwards, sideways, backwards. From the first 20 minutes, that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, there's a lot of sideways and backwards. It's because we're not getting forward. That's the thing. There's no forward play. There's no overlapping. We're just sort of playing to sort of not let Wolves in at the moment.
We don't have a forward-thinking midfield player, though, do we? That's the problem as well. We've got.
How do you think Suarez is doing?
He's doing okay, to be honest, down the right-hand side there. He's had some good involvements.
Yeah, I think he's done well, yeah. He's not really been tested defensively that much yet. I mean, Traore's moved over this side now. He's got forward a couple of times. He's doing all right, yeah. I'm reasonably happy with what he's doing, yeah.
There's Aubameyang out on the left. What's he going to do out on the left out there?
Mustafi just actually muckled Traore off the ball. I never thought I'd see that.
And that's why Aubameyang should be playing out left.
Okay, there is it.
Did he manage to get a corner out of that? I was lucky to get a corner out of that.
We've got a corner out of it, yeah.
Corner.
He was just out there in no man's land, wasn't he? Come on, Sideshow Bob.
Oh, unlucky.
He was very isolated, Aubameyang there, wasn't he, for that?
Yeah.
Oh, Aubameyang, mate, what are you doing?
Oh.
First touch took it away from him. If that touch didn't,
there.
but if that first touch hasn't gone the way it had, I think he would have buried that. But
it was. I mean, first glance it looked easier than what it is. It's not easy because the ball's high and going away from him.
Yeah. Bit of a weak shot in the end.
Difficult. It looks easier than what it is. It's not easy, that one.
No, it came to him quite quickly, didn't it? And then it's bounced up, and he was never going to get any power. And that was
it's high and away, isn't it? It's going high and away.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, he did well to actually get a shot away at all, actually, but unfortunately.
Guess what?
What?
Water break, drink break.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. It's about time. I suppose there's been a goal.
Yeah.
There's normally a goal
Drink
before the
break.
break, isn't there?
Yeah, drinks break.
I wonder if Arteta and Ceballos do each other's hair in the morning.
Must be a Spanish thing, maybe. Maybe it's the Spanish hair they've got.
Remember, guys, do fire the likes up and do subscribe if you're new to the channel.
Yes, hit the like button, folks. Ched is in the chat saying this match is putting me to sleep. Yeah, that was close from the corner. Merseyside Rambler saying, not really much going on in the chat at the moment. Lacazette needs to be sold. He's terrible. That's GDU's thought on Lacazette.
The chat's main concern was Kevin because he's been so quiet so far.
Yeah, he's been a bit quiet today, Kevin.
Oh, no, guys, no.
He's probably thinking about watching RedTube and the rest of this game. Jesus.
I think I'll have a better action over there,
Guaranteed more action there, that's for sure. Tyrone, got Tyrone McIntyre in the chat. Says Arsenal's defence looks solid. Yeah, they haven't looked too bad so far.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. We do look quite solid, yeah.
Omar says we've been shite. I wouldn't say we've been shite. I think that's a bit harsh, Omar. I think we've looked okay. We haven't been shite.
I mean, to be fair, normally when we play away from home, so we normally 2 or 3-0 down.
The famous Kenyan bluntness.
And we're off again.
Arteta having a little word with Suarez there just before they went back out.
Yeah.
Wonder if he's telling him to get forward a bit more.
I'd like to see that happen now because we need to start creating something if we're gonna. I mean, you're not going to win a match if you don't create anything. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory.
I think they need to take Eddie Nketiah off. and taking Ketia off.
Suarez doing well.
Put Lacazette through the middle. I don't know. I just
No. Good. Thank God for that. We've literally just let him walk up the pitch with the ball and then cross it in and almost score. Then Dorka, but he headed it wide.
Traore's got the ball and he's just walking with the ball and no one's pressing him. They're so scared of him running past, probably. That's what it is.
Or going over, or knocking him out, one of those two.
Saka's done quite well defensively, actually, up there. He's winning the ball back when we lose it up the other end of the pitch, which is quite good. Oh, yeah, Traore walking with the ball now, yeah. We're just scared of him, aren't we?
Yeah, don't want him to run past, I think. That's what it is. We don't want to commit for him to run past.
Yeah. But so far, he's got 2 dangerous crosses in, hasn't he, already?
Yeah, that's what makes him so dangerous, because if you don't commit, he's just going to cross in a ball,
Xhaka,
and
commit,
create
man.
something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and if you stand off him, he'll get a cross in anyway.
Yeah, if you stand off him, he'll get a cross in, and if you commit, he'll run past
He'll
you.
just run past you, yeah. Oh, he's difficult to defend against.
yeah. The thing is, we've been quite conservative, haven't we? We've not really penetrated well.
Yeah.
No.
It's because the midfield neither of the midfielders are taking a chance, are they?
Go on, Eddie.
Maybe it's early in the game still for, and that might be why. They might be waiting for the second half to commit.
Yeah.
I mean, Xhaka did quite well then. It was a terrible ball to him.
Go on. Cross it.
And he did quite well.
Oh, no. People to get in. We've got players like Tierney who can cross the ball. Get in the box. Commit.
So Tierney gets that ball there to cross, and Aubameyang is actually further behind him, down on the left wing.
Yeah.
To me, that is just completely wrong.
Yeah. We need Aubameyang getting in the box, really, don't we?
You'll see it now, maybe. You see when Tierney gets
This
that
is
ball.
where
You
we
see
need.
Aubameyang.
This is where we
Quite a
need
good cross
Lacazette
again,
to
isn't
hold.
it?
This is where we need Lacazette to come on and hold the ball up, and just get so players can get forward.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
It just makes no sense having Aubameyang out there. It just doesn't make any sense.
Tierney's put another good cross in there, hasn't he? We're getting into a good area, but we have got nobody there.
Yeah.
And he tends to do percentage of his crosses, doesn't he? He puts them into the right areas and hopes that someone's going to attack them and get on the end. And so far, they haven't.
David Luiz is now in the booking, guys.
Oh, what a surprise. And it's on Traore.
Yep.
On Traore, what did I say?
Yeah.
Anyway, I saw Cedric Suarez is getting further forward there now, so he might have got that instruction from Arteta now to start
Yeah, I've
attacking
got a
bit
feeling
more.
he was telling him to get forward more.
Luis is going to get sent off at this rate. He's going to be completely skinned by Traore.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
The ball's coming in. Mustafi's done what he's done there. Gone out for throw. No
He's just
threat.
too quick for him there, isn't he? Traore, he's just too quick for him.
Mm.
And he thinks he can get the ball and he can't. Oh, dear.
Get rid of it. For fuck's sake. Scared of the ball today.
We need to start fixing up a little bit here. But listen, I'm still happy that the main scoreline, the scoreline is 0-0, so I'm happy with that considering we're playing against Wolves.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Oh, yeah, we've got to be happy with 0-0 so far. I mean, to be fair, they've not really, apart from that chance right at the beginning, they've not really had a chance, have they, to score? So
On target, no.
no.
We just had one now there, but that was went wide.
I'd rather us be like this than be too open. You know what I mean? Like,
And asking for
because
trouble.
you think under Emery, teams were just cutting us apart like butter. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
at least we're sort of making it difficult. Okay, yeah, they're getting chances, but we're making it difficult.
yeah, no, we are. We're doing okay. Anyway, you got to think away from home in a
sake.
tough game. You got to keep yourself in the game, and that's what we're doing at the moment. We haven't created anything at all, have we? But
Fucking point was that? Oh my days! I'm giving the fucking ball away. You're pissing me off now. Ooh, Eddie.
that was unlucky. Suarez tried to play the ball and it's hit Saka and it's given them a little bit of a break on, isn't it? But we've sort of won it back. Sort of Kolasinac and
That was going in.
Eddie had a good shot
What
there.
a save! What
Yeah.
a save! Oh, great save from.
See, it's a deflected into his path, didn't it?
Yeah, and he just hit it, but it literally
Was it Ceballos? Was it Ceballos trying to play a ball over to the right and it deflected?
oh yeah. Oh, was it in the post?
Save.
Yeah.
Oh,
Saved
wow.
it.
Saved it.
Wasn't a
Lucky
close,
that,
it was
wasn't
a save.
Was it?
Yeah, you've seen the replay. So you've
Good
seen
effort
it.
there, actually. Yeah, he was a bit fortunate it came to him after deflection, but he was alive there. It was a good save, actually. Yeah.
Ah, easy corner that one.
All that was going in. What a good save, actually.
Yeah, it's a good finisher, Nketiah, you know.
Yeah. He's hit the target. It's just good save.
Fucking like trouble. Come on.
Corner wasn't very good though, was it?
No, it's literally right into his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're seeing the stats are coming up for the first half, possession-wise, and 65% of the possession has been in the midfield, compared to 21 each on either side.
Which you can, that's understandable the way the game's gone.
Oh.
I actually think Mustafi's playing quite well, actually. He's won a couple of good tackles against Traore. His passing's been reasonably tidy. He's actually doing all right. Oh, yeah, the position, yeah. We've had slightly more, haven't we? In the attacking third slightly, but we haven't created a lot. So David Luiz played that long ball there and Aubameyang flicked it on, but no one really there.
Hold it, well done, Danny. Well done.
Actually, he pushed it onto the post, didn't he, the goalkeeper?
Yeah. But if he hadn't got his hand in, that would have
gone in, yeah. Yeah, it would have gone in, yeah. That was a good save, actually, yeah. It was a good shot, actually, for a first-time shot when he wasn't expecting the ball as well.
Yeah.
To get it on target like that was a good effort, actually.
Yeah.
Showed what he can do.
We just lack creativity.
Yeah.
But that's what we're lacking.
We're playing at such a slow tempo as well. If we up the tempo a bit, then as we've seen in the last few years as well, even with the worst teams, bit of tempo, it sort of starts stretching their defence and causes problems.
I think the movement up front isn't great either, is it?
No.
I mean, I know they've got three at the back and we've basically got one up front, which makes it difficult anyway. But there's not real movement from the wings. I don't know whether Saka's playing on the wrong side. Aubameyang's trying to find some space, but he's not really getting very far. And he's not getting the ball, is he? Oh, we've won a free kick here.
I mean, they're overloaded. I mean, they're overloaded in midfield. I mean, it's
yeah, that's how they play, though, isn't it?
They're going to play through the. They're going to play. I mean, if they play through the middle more, they're going to get a lot more joy out of it. But they're trying to play out wide as well.
That cross, actually.
Another big game tonight.
But yeah,
Chelsea v Watford.
Our attack is
Yeah,
not
what's
working at the moment.
what's on the Chelsea Watford game? I think Watford could cause an upset there, you know. But
Well, you never know the way Chelsea are playing all of a sudden defensively.
Chelsea looked awful against West Ham. They just really did look a bit. They looked a bit
You know what?
shocking.
Moyes gets no credit for anything. That guy.
That's what I'm saying. Chelsea looked awful against West Ham. I was certain that Chelsea were going to win that.
No one talks about Moyes and the good job he did tactically against Chelsea.
Oh, don't be silly.
The thing with Watford now, though, is because Norwich and Bournemouth are basically down, it almost puts Watford safe. So, you know, I think Chelsea will beat them. I don't want them to. I just think that they will.
You think Chelsea would want to do something after losing to West Ham?
Yeah. I feel as though Chelsea will win just because I think the pressure's off Watford a little bit now. That, you know, with the way the relegation's going, they're almost safe, aren't they? But then again, maybe one more win they need, so perhaps they might go for it. I don't know.
I think they'll go for it, to be honest.
Bournemouth.
And Watford have got the players to hurt Chelsea.
Yeah.
Fuck's
Yeah.
Where is it? It's a Watford zone, or is it
at Chelsea at the Bridge.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you probably say that Chelsea are odds on to win it, but you never know.
No, you know.
Was that Xhaka pass there? Just completely fluffed it.
Oh no!
Was that Xhaka crossfield pass that just fluffed it there completely?
I didn't catch the number of the player. I just saw a ball get past.
I think it was Xhaka.
Yeah. And now Troy Ois is literally going.
It was with his right foot, though. To be fair, he's sort of playing in a right back position, wasn't he? Not his strongest.
Wolves have got a free kick, by the way, on the edge, pretty much at the edge of the box.
Traore just beasting Kolasinac and Ceballos.
Yeah, looks like Machini's going to take it, was it? No, Neves. Sorry, Neves is about standing
There's not
over
many
it.
people that are stronger than Kolasinac, is there?
Tell you what, he gave Kolasinac a run for his money there.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he's on the wrong side, isn't he? He's fucked this up.
The size of his arms. Traore's arms are bigger than most people's legs, aren't they?
Yeah.
But sort of, if anyone watches rugby, the size of their arms are around the same size as these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like a rugby player. That's the thing. He looks like a rugby player.
Proper rugby union up you can see for New Zealand.
He probably plays rugby in his spare time.
That explains so much now.
He's just got such a weird body type for a footballer.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
I think Aubameyang's just scored. Aubameyang's just scored.
Daniel!
Aubameyang's just scored.
I think it's Saka. I'm getting messages saying Saka. Like Saka.
Is it Aubameyang or Saka? I missed it.
No. Yeah, Saka. It's Saka.
Saka.
Because I've got my Twitter's coming through and it's on my.
That's good. Just before half time. Oh wow.
That's a great time to score.
Look, come on. Aubameyang assist. No.
Here
we go. I'm going to see it now.
I'm still behind. I've got Suarez on.
Oh, what a hit!
Yeah, Saka. It was Saka. I got it wrong. Saka.
So Aubameyang in the middle, playing it out right. No, left, I mean. And Saka. Oh, what a goal!
What minute was the goal in?
Tierney cross, and Saka bangs in.
42, 30, around 42, 30, but yeah.
Tell you what,
Aubameyang in the middle. And Aubameyang in the middle in the build-up there just looks so much better.
Yeah.
Fair play, though.
Tierney.
You know what? This is why I'm so glad that we've signed Saka up to a new deal. I'm so glad that we managed to.
Can we tell him to test that, please? Because he wasn't happy.
Yeah, Saka just scored.
What a goal. Wow, 1-0 before half time. We'll have that.
And Saka's in my team as well.
Oh, you bastard.
Aubameyang's in my team, so I get an assist.
I've got Aubameyang.
Well, I had Rashford and Greenwood in mine today, so I'm okay.
It's his first Premier League goal as well, you know. It's his first ever Premier League goal.
Yeah.
We want to compare. I've got Bruno Fernandes and Rashford. So more points than me.
I got Greenwood and Rashford and Dunk got 9 points today as well.
Take that well.
Fair play.
What an irony, yeah. What an irony. He plays on the left. He's played in the right now. He's playing in the right and he's scoring his first goal in the right.
You know what, Kevin? This kid's a talent and a half. He is. He's a special talent.
He is a talent, and I'm so glad we've managed to tie him down to a new deal.
He wants more money now, though. You watch.
What,
that one's not enough. I've just got to go. Give me more money.
They gave him 40k, didn't they? He's going to go, what? 40k? Come on.
What's he on now then? Because he was on.
He's about £3,000 a week. £3,000 current contract.
And now they're giving him 40. His new contract's 40k.
But still,
he deserves
a lot of money. Hey, listen, I'd love 40 grand a week. Do you know what I mean? Jesus Christ.
I think everyone would say yes to 40 grand a week.
Yeah.
Sam, where's all the Greenwood lovers? Where's the Sam Greenwood lovers?
Mind you, though, Sam, I'd take 3 grand a week. Do you know what I mean? Like,
3 grand a week would also be very nice. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd take 3 or 40 grand a week.
I think 40 grand is okay considering what he's actually done. I mean, come on. I mean, yeah, we know he's a talent, but he hasn't done that much yet, has he? I mean, we've got to put things into perspective.
Yeah.
It's good.
He doesn't do Guendouzi, you know. I don't want him to do that Guendouzi shit again. I earn more than you and all this, so no.
But it's good to see that this new regime of Raul, Edu, Vinay are not just throwing money at this.
Because that's what we've been doing with all our young players. We've been giving them so much money. They've been the most overpaid players in the world, all our youngsters.
Yeah, exactly.
And we can't get rid of them.
Yeah, and
now we've got our two best players, you know, for the future, you know, Saka and Martinelli on new deals. And you know, I actually think that, you know, they're both going to be talents, you know, for the future. You know, Martinelli is already proving it. Saka's already proven it. So yeah, listen, I think it's brilliant. You know, I think it's really good that they're both tied down to new deals.
Oh yes. Cedric and Kolasinac. Kolasinac came over to the right-hand side to completely boss Traore together with Cedric. I love it.
All I would say is, right, before we get too excited, 75% of Wolves' goals have come in the second half this season. Let's not get too excited yet. It's been a good first half, and we you know, it's great that we're winning, but I think Wolves are going to come out in the second half a different.
We're only halfway there. We're only halfway there. I mean, come on, you know.
Yeah. They'll come out in the second half and really go.
But Traore's going down the left now. He's all over the gaff.
Yeah, he's got a free role, hasn't he?
It's a mix it up and
half time. So
half time here as well.
1-0.
Yeah,
oh, you must be. Your stream must be level on mine with mine then, Ryan.
It seems like at the moment, touchwood.
Mustafi's done a really good job on Traore when he's come over this side. You know, that's about 3 or 4 times now he's won the ball off him and barged him out of the way. So well played, Mustafi. I just want to give him credit for this first half. He's played well, actually.
Danny needs to be quiet though, because he's mouthing off to Traore as they're walking towards their respective tunnels.
Yeah, good. That's a good first half. That actually, I'm quite happy with that.
I don't want Danny losing his head.
But guys, quick question: who do you think that? Which position do you think Saka suits well? Because he's doing all right in the right as well. You can see the first few minutes he was kind of struggling in the right, but on the left, I feel like he's much more comfortable there, or a number 10. What do you guys think?
I personally think he's more comfortable. We get more out of him when he's literally on the left, on his comfortable foot. So he has to have, as Richard said before, even on my channel, he doesn't have to cut in and sort of adjust himself and give himself time. Whereas on the left, he can be all natural and don't have to cut in, hit the ball in, cause trouble, cause havoc, and you get more out of him.
You look at the assists he's got this season; they've all come from the left-hand side in whipping crosses in, and he can't do that from the right. I mean, he's got his goal well because it's similar to what Pepe's done. He's moved in from the right-hand side into the walls, into sort of the middle of the penalty area, so he's actually been able to hit the ball with his left foot to score, and which is how Pepe scored a few of his goals as well. But I think he's going to be more effective for the team on the left because, I say he can go past people, whip crosses in, and I think that's where he should be playing more often. But that's where Aubameyang plays, and Aubameyang scored like 22, 23 goals this season. So what do you do? It's difficult, isn't it? Because he doesn't seem to want to play Aubameyang through the middle. And if Aubameyang's playing left, you can't play Saka left. So...
But on the flip side of things, you got about 4 players on the left. If you push up Kieran Tierney as a wing back, and then Saka on the left wing, or Aubameyang in the left wing, or even when Martinelli comes back, he also prefers on the left. So, who do you to accommodate all 4 of them? Where do you guys think Saka will suit on that?
I mean, Saka could play where Kolasinac is playing today, couldn't he? As the sort of left side of the 3 at the back, possibly with Tierney in front of him, or you could switch him around, put Tierney in the back and put Saka maybe further forward in Tierney's kind of position, maybe. I don't know whether that might work. But then, I don't know, Saka maybe needs to be further up the pitch, doesn't he? Because he's the only one there that can really add something creative side of the game, can't he? He can create goals. Him and Tierney, actually. It's funny because we've got really good players down the left-hand side, but not so much down the right. We'll have to see. I mean, Suarez has not really got a chance to get forward much, has he? To see what sort of crosses he can put in.
I think Suarez would be better with Pepe down that side.
I feel Maitland-Niles did better with Pepe, but we have never seen a Cedric and Pepe combination before.
The thing is, Maitland-Niles is. I don't think he's going to be at club much longer. Maitland-Niles. Now that Cedric's fit, I don't think he's going to be at the club much longer. I think he's going to be a player that surfaced the requirements.
To be fair, I would have thought, to be honest, out of the 3 right backs we have, because he's classed as a right back, right wing back, whatever. Out of the 3 we've got, I would have thought Hector might be surplus to requirements because he's been here longer and he's not getting better.
I think both of them are going to be surplus to requirements. I don't think. Thing is, with Maitland-Niles, he sort of shot himself in the foot because he said that he doesn't want to play there. So Arteta knows he doesn't want to play there. So you're going to give 100% when you know that you don't want to play there.
Yeah, but on the flip side of things, he also mentioned that many of the people have misinterpreted the message. He said that I didn't say I don't want to play on a right back. He said wherever the manager is asking me to play, I'm willing to play up because as long as the team wins, that's what's important to me. He mentioned that because I think he received quite a lot of messages and stuff from people mentioning that he's he's not preferred in that position. He's playing without interest, without lack of confidence and stuff. But I think for the team's stability, I think he's playing on the right back position, and I think he's doing pretty much well. So even though if it's not a natural right back, I think he can provide a lot of positive to the team. Especially you can see how beneficial is Pepe is performing. Pepe is keep on cutting in. He has the freedom, and he keeps on drifting in the wide and cuts in and then takes shots and all. With Bellerin, you don't see that much coming in, but we have never seen the Cedric and Pepe combo like I mentioned. But let's hope everything falls into place. But Bellerin is one of those that I would get rid personally.
I get what Daniel was saying because he did actually. Because I watched that interview when it first broke over here in the UK because it was a UK interview on Sky Sports, and he literally says, as Daniel says, he shot himself in the foot because once you put that out there publicly in the public knowledge, even if Emery was to get sacked there and then or whatever, the next manager's seen that. Whoever comes in has seen that now. You'll set yourself up now. You've then got to prove yourself that you're committed, no matter what this new manager says. And to be fair, he has played better. Before Cedric came in, he started performing, and obviously Hector came back. But because he's put himself out there, it's all that doubt at the back of Arteta's mind now. How committed are you in that position? Because you've publicly put it out there. You don't want to play there. You want to play in the centre, even though I've got to put you in that wing back role or right back role because the people in the central midfield that we have are not great, but they're better than what you are in that position. So he set himself up, like Daniel said, and that's why I get what Daniel's saying, where he's could be surplus for requirements, but unless we're going to go out there and buy another right back, we're going to have to keep one of Hector or Ainsley, and I'd rather keep Ainsley because, again, Hector, as we've all said, isn't improving. I mean, Ainsley played the FA Cup match. Was it the FA Cup against Sheffield?
Yeah.
And we saw such an improvement from Pepe as well because he was, as you said, he was overlapping and helping Pepe out by doing that. But it depends. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes of Arteta. If he's part of his plans going forward. Well, I think once the transfer window opens, I'm assuming at the end of this season when it does finish, we'll get more of an idea of who is actually part of Arteta's plans going forward next season and who isn't.
And that's the thing. Nobody knows when the transfer window is going to open. And nobody knows that when it's going to open or not. So, listen, I hope it opens soon, and I hope we can get to start fixing some of this mess because we need to. We need to.
Personally, do you guys will sell Bellerin this summer if you guys had the chance?
If I had the chance, yeah.
I would sell Bellerin.
He's not improving, in my opinion.
And the thing is, Bellerin, since he's come back from his injury, he's lost half a yard of pace.
Which comes he's not
quick anymore. He's, he hasn't got the winning mentality. And anybody in the team with a winning mentality, he moans at them. So,
look at the Alexis Sanchez situation.
Yeah, I think we should cut our losses. I think we should cut our losses with Bellerin and go, you know what? It's time to move on. You're not good enough. Take a career in fashion instead because you ain't good enough as a footballer. And then just pack him off to the nearest model agency or something.
Yeah. Last thing I want to just clarify, guys. Do you think that giving Aubameyang 3 years contract, is it worth it with 250,000? That's the latest rumor. I think it broke out yesterday. So what do you guys think about that? Actually, about the 250,000, and he requested an at least 3-year contract extension, which brings him up to about 34 to 35 years old until his last season at Arsenal. What do you guys think about that? If the rumors are true.
I don't know. I would give him a 3-year deal because he's that good a player. He probably could still keep going and keep scoring. But
exactly. I'm sick of us sending our club captains as soon as we give them the arm. I'm sick
correct.
And he's a goal scorer. And if we were to let him go this summer or let him go for free next summer, we've then either this summer or next summer got to go out and find a replacement, which in the current market is impossible. And I'd rather have some.
The only player I want to see go out on a free is Ozil. That's the only player I'll be happy to see go out on a free.
But I honestly think the club are going. In terms of Ozil, I think they're going to do what they've done for Henrik Mkhitaryan early in the week and get by the end of see the season out and then go right. We're going to pay the rest of your contract or something like that. Tear up his contract and off we go. Part company. Otherwise,
big up everybody in the chat. 14 people watching. Remember, do subscribe if you are new and keep firing them likes up. Kevin, do you want to do the honors and read some chats out?
Yeah, sure thing, Daniel. Sure thing. Let's see what we have got in the chat. So practically everybody is saying Tyrone has mentioned that the transfer window would be opening up in August. But yeah, if it opens up in August, I'm wondering how long will it be open, to get the deals concluded and stuff. Because the players, many of the players have lost, they have a mini contract extension with the pandemic as well. So that's one of the things I have to consider as well. What do you think about it, Ryan?
Well, the transfer window, we have been told the transfer window does close at the end of October. So that's the only thing we have been told about the transfer window, not the start date, but we've been told the end date because of everything that's going on. But yeah, it doesn't make sense then as well if it is opening in August. Why are players already signing for the likes of Chelsea in terms of Werner, who's under contract still or was, and obviously he's refused to play as of the 30th or 31st or whatever. He's refusing to play now for Leipzig, and he wants to get over here and start training with Chelsea. And things like that don't sit well on me. If you've got a contract for a club, even if you've signed a pre-agreement to join a new club when the window opens, you're still, as it stands, contracted to your current club. You commit to them because that. But hey, he could come here and it could be a complete flop. The amount of time Chelsea have spent mega bucks on strikers and they haven't turned out well. Shevchenko, for example, Fernando Torres from Liverpool for 50 mil, and look how they turned out. So I'm happy if they're going to try and spunk money at a problem, and it don't work out. Why should I complain?
Yeah, Richard, I got a quick question over. Do you really think that Saka is the next big thing to come out of the academy after Wilshere? Because Wilshere, he had huge potential. He was growing into the game as well, but injuries didn't seem to work out with him, because this was one of the questions that posted out by GDU. So big up GDU. And he has asked about this. Do you think that Saka has better potential than Wilshere as well? Because he's the next big thing right now from academy. What do you think about that?
You turn your sound up.
Is that better? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh no, I think Saka's the best player to come out of our academy since David Rocastle. Actually, at this moment in time, I mean, he's still got work to do, but certainly at 18 years old, what he's produced certainly this season has been amazing, really. And now he's got his contract as well. I think we need to build the team around him as well. Now, but I think he's the best player we've produced for 30 years. To come for our academy. I mean, Wilshere had a little bit of potential, but injuries maybe stopped him. But he never really got there. But I think Saka's already produced more at 18 years old than what Wilshere did, personally. And I think he's got a massive future if he can avoid injuries and stuff like that. I mean, he seems like he's got his head screwed on properly. He's not, getting involved in all this other stuff that some other young players do. Social media and stuff like that. He seems a sensible lad. He seems to be wanting to work hard, and as far as I'm concerned, I think he's going to be an absolute superstar. I think he's going to be an England regular, and he's going to be, a really, really important player for us now for the next, hopefully, 10 years or more.
Yeah, and coming to that, I think there was also a tweet that mentioned, I think this was mentioned early this morning or something. I'd seen a tweet that says that Arsenal were fined by the FIFA or something about player transfers as well, in regards of Chupa Upcom and players like this, Benica Phoebe as well. So I was wondering, what is that all about there? Can you just enlighten ourselves as well, or all the people in the chat as well, because we are pretty much kind of confused on what's going on, because we have never broken the FFP rules, and especially the salary cap. Yeah, that's only one of the part we have broken. So, Richard or someone, Sam, Daniel, maybe any of you all can get involved in this open table then.
What was it not to do with some sort of extra payments, wasn't it? I don't think it was to do with wages, or it wasn't to do with transfer fees or anything like that. It was a different kind of with the young players, wasn't it? Whether it was a pre-contract agreement or something like that, wasn't it? I don't think what we've done is anywhere near as serious an offence as, say, what Manchester City have been found guilty of, and I don't think the consequences will be anywhere near as harsh. I don't know enough about it. I saw something about it this morning as well, which shocked me actually when I read it, because it's not something that we generally do, is it? When it comes to the finances, we generally really tight, aren't we? So I'm not 100% sure, but it seems to be something around maybe something with the young players, maybe before they sign their full contracts, or when we're loaning them out or something. I'm not really sure, but I don't think it's not going to be anywhere near as serious as some of the other financial stuff that's gone on with some other clubs, is it? I mean, Sam might know a bit more about that.
I'm sorry, what was you saying? Because I was just on a message when you were talking about that. What was you saying, Kevin?
Yeah, about the FIFA fine, that we were rumored to be fined by FIFA about £34,000 or something like that in regards of the academy players, Benik Afobe and Chupa Upcom, I believe, or Joel Campbell, sorry. Joel Campbell was one of those guys. And I think there was some transfers of payment. I'm not really sure about that incident. Have you seen that tweet
No,
before, Sam?
no, I haven't actually seen that. No, that's news to me. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I don't have
Yeah,
any
Richard
information.
was just telling about that actually. So Richard, just put it in a very conclusive statement, I suppose, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, the point that you mentioned, just put it in short terms. Is it basically for players transfer, or, salary or wages? Was it something to do with any of those?
I don't think so. No, I think it's more to do with a sort of a pre-contract agreement with some of the younger players. I'm sure it's something like that. I'm not 100% certain. I mean, I had a brief look at it this morning, but
Is it like tapping up players or something?
no, I don't think so. No,
No.
I think it's more to do with the agreements that they sign before they sort of sign on as a full-term kind of contract. I'm sure it's something like that. I don't think it's a serious thing, and I think it's been blown out a little bit of proportion.
A proportion, yeah.
I think clubs get little fines all the time for the odd financial irregularities. Bearing in mind that the rules are quite a sort of strict, aren't they, and stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't think it's anything we need to be worried about. I mean, if we've got a fine for it, then we've got a fine, and that's it.
Just deal with it. Yeah, we are a massive club. Yeah, so it's not a big
and I suppose we just need to make sure in future that we look at it, because we don't. Obviously, if you keep doing the same sort of offences 2 or 3 times, that's when you maybe get more serious kind of consequences, like what's happened to Man City a little bit.
I mean, because I think this is the second time in a week where we have this problem as well. Sam, I think you have recognized about William Saliba as well, when he was actually supposed to play in one of the final matches or something for
Yeah, but
Saint-Étienne,
there's nothing wrong with what we've done there.
yeah, but that was a vocal thing, and that was sensible thing, because why do we have to pay for the loan extension? Perfectly doesn't make sense. But
and they can't even guarantee his fitness. They can't even guarantee his fitness. So
No.
I mean,
and the other thing is, like, I'm still kind of baffled when we concluded with the William Saliba dealing. Why did we have to loan him out? Because it still kind of baffles me, because we were short of defensive
Sorry,
profiles.
guys, I'm back now. I just muted that to take care of
Welcome
something.
back, Daniel.
Yeah.
That's the deal. Yeah, Ryan, you're saying something, man?
No, sorry. In terms of loaning him back out, I think that was part of the deal anyway, because Saliba wanted to stay at Saint-Étienne and learn his trade a bit more, because he'd only played 1 full season at senior level, so he wanted to do another season at senior level with Saint-Étienne before coming to Arsenal. He wanted to make sure he was everything, not everything, obviously, because he'd still be learning, but he was a bit more savvy.
Experience, yeah.
Because we look down the years, David De Gea, when Man United bought him for however much that was, he
28 million, I think. Yeah, 28, 24.
He played that one. David De Gea played that one season at Atletico Madrid, and that was it. When he came to Man United, that's his second ever season at the highest level. And the mistake said, as a defender, he wanted to get more experience behind him. He even said in an interview on the Arsenal YouTube channel, the reason he wanted to go back out on loan to Saint-Étienne, it was to literally just get more experience and get more better. So he's not making them mistakes, so we say. And in hindsight, it's worked out good, because if he'd come in, he'd been working under Unai Emery, and the mistakes might have been nicked in a lot quicker. So in that sense, I don't blame him blame us, the club, and all that. We just wanted, we had to agree with it, as long as you got the player of the line, because let's not forget he was sought after talent throughout Europe. So we needed to agree that to get over it. If that was what the sticking point, and we agreed it, so be it. And why I don't have a problem with the way we conducted ourselves this week over the Saint-Étienne situation, why Saint-Étienne tried to make us look like the villain when we're not. The reason I've got a problem with it, because we literally said, right, here's a regime, here's a training regime. You want to keep it? Okay, here's a training regime. Can you stick to that? And all these other bits and pieces, they went no. So we went, okay, this financial bit, we're going to take away from you, and you're not going to have him then. And that's what they found their choice at that time. And I don't have, and for once, we're actually not a big club in so and actually not been a soft touch for once. Because under Gazidis would have gone, okay, and guess what? They would, okay, no problem. You don't want to do the agent? No problem. And then guess what? Plays that final, gets an injury, out for the God knows how long. Could be a big injury, and then what? We're then stuck with an injured player. And all for the sake of him playing a cup final against PSG, which they'll probably lose anyway.
Yeah, you're right. That's right.
Traore's just come down the right-hand flank there and bombed one in, and we did well to get it away, though. We actually looked good at defending it for once.
No, we defended it quite well. I mean, he's caused us problems. I mean, Kolasinac got caught the wrong side, and then he's just absolutely made a mug of him, hasn't he?
I mean, Danny,
it's a good cross, actually.
Danny Ceballos is dropping a really deep down.
Hold on, guys.
Yeah, he's playing Ceballos in really deep now, obviously, so he can control the ball better.
Yeah.
And Aubameyang, still out left.
I think there's a switch in it every now and then, trying to do what Wolves are doing with Traore, and just where's a switch in our 3 around.
Yeah.
I mean, they've come out second half as we kind of expected. They've put us under a bit of pressure, and they've had a couple of half chances. Nothing sort of major yet, really. But we need to kind of get a little grip in this second half now, and just keep possession for a bit, get the ball up the other end, and try and see if we can push them back a little bit. Because this is what they tend to do in the second half. Wolves, they come out strong, and we just need to kind of keep the ball really a little bit better now. We've got a little bit of possession now, which is good.
Do you think we should bring in Torreira in to just balance out the midfield and just to cling on the lead, or do you think we should go and get Lacazette and get a second?
Depends how fit Torreira is, I think, because he's not played, is he? I don't know how he might only be up for 10-15 minutes maybe. And if we still maybe 1-0 up at that point, it might be worth bringing him on. But I mean, they're bringing on Jota now, by the look of it. So they're really going for it. They're going to probably play 2 up front, aren't they now? With
I think they're going to go for it.
There's a stat at the beginning of the second half that came up, and Wolves have won the most points from a losing position in the second half out of all 20 clubs.
They score all their goals in the second half, Wolves, though. This is going to be a big 45 minutes for us, actually, because they're going to really fly at us. But I say so far, we're defending well. I mean, we're doing everything we can do. I just don't know how much longer we can
hang on like that.
Yeah, hang on, exactly. We've never been good at hanging on to a lead away from home, have we? No. We saw at Brighton as well recently, didn't we? So I want to see us get more of a grip in the game again if we can. And I mean, a second goal would be lovely because that would really settle it down. But I think at the minute we need to see this first 10, 15 minutes out, maybe get to the water break still at 1-0 and then maybe bring on a couple of subs then to freshen it up.
Ooh.
It's probably the worst cross try I've ever put in there. That's that one.
Nah, it wasn't good, that one.
I think that's literally the worst cross I've ever seen him make. See, we've defended that pretty well. I've got no problem with how we've defended at the moment. So I'm assuming it's going to be Otto's going to go off. Is it? Do you think?
They're taking off Dendoncker.
Yeah.
Oh, are they? Oh, they're really going for it then. Because he's
they are going all out now.
He's a defensive midfielder for a striker, so they're really going to go for it.
Yeah. And we're playing out from the back.
This is a very risky thing,
And we just knocked it straight out. And was it Xhaka? I think it was Xhaka. Yes, Xhaka just knocked it.
Go for a long
terrible pass.
Doherty long throw coming in.
Why do we keep playing Xhaka?
What is going on with this game, man? We just seem to be,
Xhaka gives them the ball.
I think that Xhaka doesn't improve in the next 10 minutes. This Chiver's bit enough. Oh no, Ainsley's coming on. Ainsley's coming on.
I hope Xhaka's going off because Xhaka's an effing liability.
Tierney's gone off.
Tierney? Okay, must be worried about his fitness then.
Yeah. Or it's just formation. He's trying to sort of change the formation a bit.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Kolasinac go left.
So who's going to play? So Kolasinac will go to left back.
I'd assume so, yeah, by that.
And then we're just going to go, oh yeah, and Ainsley will go right back. So maybe he's going to push Suarez on a bit then. Maybe he's going to put 4 at the back.
Midfield.
Maybe that's what the plan. Unless Ainsley's going to go in midfield.
But yeah, if Xhaka doesn't start improving in the next 10 minutes, if Torreira's fit enough, get Torreira on, because this Xhaka's having a poor one today and it's doing my head in. And it could cost us. The longer he stays on, it could cost us.
No, I don't think so.
No, I'm saying it'd be our luck, because the luck we have when things like that happen. One player has a bad performance and all of a sudden, especially when it's in a key area when we need it, protect our back 4.
But we don't know how fit Torreira is, do we? He could bring Torreira on. He could be knackered after 5 minutes, and then
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If Torreira's fit enough, then
if he is. I mean, other than that, really, we haven't got. I suppose Willock is another option in midfield, isn't he? I guess. See, Maitland-Niles seems to be playing left back.
Yeah, they just did a really good tackle.
What's going on with this? Why is he playing left back, Maitland-Niles?
Why is he playing left back?
I don't know anymore.
Surely you'd put Saka left back if anybody. Since he's played before and played
Is Arteta knowing what he's doing exactly?
Saka's out on the right wing still.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. That's the strangest substitution I think I've ever seen.
Again, Arteta must know something. Bloody hell.
He's using Maitland-Niles as a left wing back.
Left wing back, yeah.
Yeah, which would solely suit Saka better, wouldn't it? To have put Saka there and then either put Maitland-Niles out on the right, or maybe Willock or someone, because Willock played well on the right the other week, didn't he?
I don't know. Arteta's doing my fucking head in now.
I can't understand this at all. But at the moment,
it might be a masterstroke. We never know.
Well, it might be, but let's wait and see. I'm a little bit shocked still. I'm trying to work it out why he's done it.
Why are we always putting players into positions they don't play? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
It's just a typical Arsenal tradition, right?
Isn't he?
The camera's currently on Kieran, and he's got no ice pack on, I think.
I mean, obviously Kieran's injured, isn't he? He must be, because
I think he's just worried about his fitness. I think he's probably starting to feel something, probably, or something like that.
You wouldn't bring on a decided player to play left back if your left back isn't injured.
I'll get rid of the ball, fucking Danny.
You wouldn't really do that. So I really don't understand what's going on. But there'll be a reason somewhere, I'm sure.
He's probably starting to get cramp again, probably, because he's still...
Go on, Eddie. It's got to be a booking.
Unless they just feel that Traore was getting past him too easily.
How's that not booking? No, not even a free kick. What the fuck?
Jesus Christ, what the hell?
Not even a free kick. And Arteta's going mad. Arteta's going mad on the sidelines. Like, what the fuck? Basically.
What have I missed, guys? Sorry, I've had a few things to take care of. What have I missed?
Just Eddie's been fouled, but no free kick or booking's been given. It's continued to play, and Arteta's gone divvy on the sidelines towards the fourth official. Like, why is that not a foul?
What's happening with the subs? Because
Ainsley came on. He's playing left wing back for Kieran Tierney, and we don't know why. Why Ainsley's playing left wing back.
That makes no sense.
That's exactly what we said.
He brought in a right back for a left back. What the hell?
No, if it was me, I needed to make that substitution. Tierney has to come off. I think probably for precautions.
Unless he thinks that Maitland-Niles can deal with Traore better, from a physical point of view and a speed point of view, because he's quick as Maitland-Niles. I don't know whether that's the thing. I don't know.
Maybe he's put on to cover Traore. Maybe.
Yeah, because I think Traore did get, was getting quite easily down that wing, wasn't he? A few times with some crosses and stuff like that. I don't know whether Arteta's thought, right, we need to stop that. And maybe he feels Maitland-Niles can do that better. I don't know.
But then you've got Saka, the speed of Saka, who also can tackle.
Yeah, but he's not very physical, Saka, is he? I mean, I know he gets stuck in, but you can see Traore bullying him a little bit more. I mean, Maitland-Niles is a bit stronger, I think, physically, isn't he?
Yeah.
But
he's on him now.
That's the only thing I can think of as to why that might have happened. But I'm sure Arteta will have to explain it later in his press conference.
Yeah, he looks like now Niles is out on Traore.
Yeah. That can be the only reason he maybe thinks he can look after him better. He seemed to give him special instructions before he come on, didn't he? So he's probably said to him, stick close to Traore, don't let him get past you. And maybe he feels because he's right-sided, he can maybe deal with him better. I don't know. He maybe force him inside more. He maybe force him in money. Maybe.
We'll see. It's interesting.
I mean, he's done all right on him so far, to be fair. He's just gone past him a bit easily there, but then Kolasinac bailed him out. So
Yeah.
It's going to make for an interesting last half an hour, that's for sure.
Yeah.
a nervy half an hour if we don't get a second goal.
Oh, yeah.
Because they say last 10 minutes is when they score most of their goals.
Giving the ball away.
It's another long throw. That's dangerous as well. We're never the best at dealing with it, but we've got that one away.
Defend. Oh, well done. Well blocked, David.
Well, yeah, they got through there, didn't they? And
We're standing off them. I don't get what is it with Arsenal and defending when we just stand off them and allow them to attack us.
yeah, I can understand. The only person I can understand doing that with is Traore. But yeah, all these other guys, we shouldn't really be standing off. I agree. You know,
We literally give them all the space and time in the world.
well done, Martinez. That was lovely. Came in and claimed that. Well done.
David Luiz did quite well there. I think it was Suarez slipped, didn't he? Was it Jota ran through and David Luiz got a block in, which was good.
Yeah.
Oh, he has to suck his egg out at the right time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good
I'll
block.
tell you what, Martinez. I mean, touch wood. I mean, I don't want to jinx him.
Yeah.
But Martinez, I tell you what, he's been doing a good job.
Yeah, no, he has. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I've
fucking
been
Norway
impressed.
midfield. Seriously.
So what are people saying in the chat? Big up everybody in the chat.
Oh, thank God he missed it.
Yeah, I can have a look.
Whoa.
Basically, people are saying, why is Tierney coming off? Why is Maitland-Niles playing there? Good goalkeeping by Martinez.
Did he get touched there?
Couple of jokes in the chat.
Oh, woo.
We haven't had any jokes today. Listen though.
I don't know if he got touched to that or not.
Oh, we were lucky there not to get that goal, for them not to score there. That's Traore.
Yeah.
Traore had a good chance. Yeah.
Chipped
But of course,
it.
isn't it?
Martinez.
Did he
Martinez
save
did
it?
well though. No, Martinez did well though because he covered the angle.
Yeah.
He's covered the angle there, so he's done very well.
But again, look at it.
Where was Maitland-Niles there? Nowhere near him.
The entire squad was on the right hand side. No
Yeah,
one
because
was out on the left.
it's not his natural position. That's why he's not there.
But I'm saying no one was out on the left. No one was there at all. He just drifted through out of nowhere and almost scored. And
He
again,
should have scored there, actually. He should have scored.
and
I
again,
think that's a
watching it,
bad
it
miss,
was very-
actually, for him. And maybe that's where he's not quite at that level yet, is he? He's just maybe just slightly off it. You know, a top player scores that, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're probably
But I'm glad he didn't.
probably getting someone who's absolutely top shelf, probably scoring that. But I still think Martinez did very well. I think he covered the angle very well there.
No, he did. He came out quickly and made it difficult for him. I mean, you'd imagine that Jimenez might have buried that.
Have to be a very deft touch.
And I certainly
to
think
get over it.
Aubameyang would have. I think if that had fell to Aubameyang a chance like that, you'd think he'd probably score, wouldn't you?
He'd have more chance of
But-
doing it, yeah. It'd have to
But
be
we're
a very
not
deft
keeping
touch.
possession.
Apparently Willock's coming
We're
on.
not keeping
apparently.
possession of the ball at all, are we? We're just not keeping hold of it. I don't know what the possession stats are for the second half, but I'm imagining we haven't had very much at all because we've not really got our foot on the ball and passed it around.
I don't get what. I don't know why. Since we come to this back from this restart, especially when we're in the lead or it's 0-0 or something, we sort of sit back in the second half and try to psych up the pressure and do a counter.
Well, I don't think we've managed it, have we? Under our
No.
we haven't managed a 90-minute performance. We seem to play well for one half, and then we we don't play well in the other half. Whether it's the first half we play well or the second half, we don't
And
get to
again,
make them do it for a
and
full
again-
90 minutes for some reason. I don't know why. It's part of the process probably, but it's
Yeah.
frustrating.
Again, it throws shade on Emery and how bad his fitness levels are then of these players. If they're still not up to scratch yet.
Yeah, but you're thinking that's like Arteta's been there. I know he's not played as many games, but he's been there like 6 months. 6 months. I know we had obviously the break with the COVID and whatever, but I don't think we can use Emery as an excuse anymore. I honestly don't.
I'm saying the fitness levels at the time, and it's still not whatever. I don't know.
No, I think it's. I mean, it's. You've got to remember that when you're being asked to play at a high level of intensity, it's going to be hard no matter how fit you are because you're using a lot more of your lung capacity. You know, it's much more strenuous. You're going to get worn out a lot quicker. No matter how fit you are, it's just really, really hard.
Oh my God!
Playing at high intensity.
They're giving away.
You know, and when we're not used to doing that, that's the problem. I think we're not used to doing that. You need to get used to doing that.
That's true. It is a lot more of a high intensity game that we play now than we did under Emery in particular.
How was that a foul? Yes, bloody Eddie got 10 minutes ago hacked down and nothing. And this is why I don't like Michael Oliver. The inconsistency, and it's every time we have him as a ref.
I don't like any of the refs actually.
It's the same foul has happened. No free kick for you, Arsenal. Free kick for you, opposition. It's like, and we get booked for it as well. It's like standard referee in this country is abysmal. And I'm getting pissed off of it now.
Yeah, the referees haven't been good for a while.
And then the ex-referees, like bloody the one that goes on Sky Sports every Monday or whatever, fucking for ref watch. Refs like him fucking doubling down and defending them doesn't help it either.
Honestly, I can't see the point of having a ref on Sky and that. Absolutely pointless. An ex-referee.
Oh, no.
Absolute waste of time.
Well, it's for content because they can be controversial, like they have been, and they'll get views and clicks on later on YouTube and all that. It does my head in.
Yeah, I just can't see the point of that. I think it's stupid.
He's giving nothing there on that as well. Jesus Christ, Oliver, mate, come on.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying. You're wearing the red and white of Arsenal. You're not getting nothing today, boys.
We've defended really well, actually.
I'm going to do everything I can to make sure this team gets back into the game or takes points off you. Because I can't have you taking 3 points. Nope, not allowed. It's in the FA guidelines. Oh, here comes Hector and Willock.
We're sort of too nice, aren't we? We're not hassling him, are we?
No, Hector and Willock are coming on now.
He's gonna take
Hector, of all people.
I don't know what's going on because referee's coming over and it's Kolasinac going off? I don't know. Who's going off? I can't see who's going off.
Looks like Kolasinac is going off. So we're going to do the switch. We're going to have a... oh no, he's
how
going
are we
over
doing
a drink.
What is he trying to do?
I don't know,
Oh,
but
it's
subs coming on. Yeah, it's a drink
It's a
break.
drink break, isn't it? Yeah.
Also, we've got 2 subs, Hector and Willock, ready to come on. But you don't know who's coming on and who's coming off.
You'd imagine Suarez will come off for Bellerin, wouldn't you? That makes sense. And I would say maybe Ceballos comes off for Willock, maybe. That would be my guess, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, hopefully,
I'll
hopefully,
see. I don't know, I can't.
hopefully we can. Hopefully, we can. Because who's coming off now? I've missed that. Who's the?
We don't know yet. We don't know yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We're just speculating at the moment. You'd imagine Suarez will come off for Bellerin, though, wouldn't you? I mean, Suarez hasn't played the full game, has he? He's played 70 minutes. He's done all right, but he's probably tiring.
I just hope he doesn't do a bloody wobbly then, Bellerin.
Well, yeah, Bellerin needs to be solid. I mean, this is a sort of game where you bring a sub on and it's a difficult game because you've got to get straight into it, haven't you? Because, we're winning 1-0. I think Saka might be going off.
Dockett has gone off and Neto's come on for Wolves.
Oh, they're going for it. They're going for it.
Yeah.
I think Saka might be coming off for us.
We haven't made our substitutions. I don't think. The
I think
fuck?
Saka's going
Yeah.
off though, isn't he?
No, he's still there. That was because I'm ahead. I'm ahead of you. He's still on. We haven't made our subs. They're there, ready to go on, and we haven't made them.
Again, doesn't make sense, does it?
We had this problem at Brighton, didn't we, when we tried to make some subs and they couldn't get them on?
Yeah. Arteta's telling us don't do it.
Unless he's changed his mind for the minute. Maybe he's
So-
had the drinks break and he's all reorganised a few things. I'm sure I saw 77 on the board. I've got a feeling Saka might be coming off anyway when they make it. He might
No.
be bringing Bellerin
No.
on and playing him further up the pitch.
No, it's true. Never a good
Oh.
thing. 'Cause you can't cross a fucking
This
ball.
ref, it's a joke.
Yeah, this ain't Arteta. I have to question some of these things.
Oh,
that
stop
Arteta
giving
are
fucking
doing,
needed
you
free
know?
kicks away,
So-
guys. Come on.
Is he making a sub? Is he not making a sub? What's going on?
He's not. He's not. That's what I'm saying. He's changed his mind. He's like, hold off on it. Hold off on it. But again, we've given away another needed
Yeah.
free kick.
Mind you shouldn't make a sub when you're defending a set piece anyway. That's the rules, isn't it? You shouldn't really do that. So that's probably why he's waiting now.
No, I'm just getting pissed off on our players.
Oh,
Give
You
him
cut that ball out. You cut that
come
ball out well there,
on. What
Cedric.
the fuck?
Come on.
He did well, and then he's actually he's given another free kick. It was a bad touch actually from Suarez.
Idiots. Twat. Now got to defend a corner because he's fucking Xhaka didn't leave the fucking ball. Can we just get Xhaka off? Doing my head in today.
Yeah, that was a foul that Suarez gave away. His first touch wasn't great, and now he's injured by the look of it. I know he's all right.
Please, defenders, please.
That was decent defending there, actually.
Great goalkeeping.
We're not going to make a change when we're defending a corner. Well, this is the sort of time from now that Wolves are dangerous usually, so this is when we need to be switched on.
Yeah.
And we need to really, really dig in now. We need to dig in for
What a catch, man. Martinez, man, this guy.
Yeah.
Based on performance, I can say that if you were to give a man of the match for Arsenal, it's probably going to be Martinez. But
Martinez.
Come on, ref.
Yeah, he's played. Martinez has played pretty well.
He just started his calf. Oh, yeah, he gets a
Yeah,
booking finally.
He has done well, yeah.
Big up everybody in the chat. Remember, do fire them likes up, guys.
Looks suddenly we got a bit of a break on. Aubameyang down the right-hand side this time.
Yeah, there's a bit of pain there.
Yeah, that was a foul. That was
Yeah.
horrible.
Look,
Actually. Is that not a booking?
Saka's coming, yeah, Saka's
Oh, it
coming
is,
off.
yeah, booking, yeah. It's right through the back.
Yeah.
Saka's come off for Willock. And Benjamin, I don't know yet. Benjamin waiting to see.
Probably
I
Cedric.
think he's going to be a little bit
Cedric,
dubious of making a
Cedric.
defensive sub, isn't he? When we've defended pretty well,
Mm.
and I don't know. I think it's a bit risky now to make a defensive sub unless
He's
someone's.
made one. He's made one. Cedric's coming off for Hector.
Oh, he is definitely, yeah.
Come on, boys.
Come on, Arsenal. Let's.
Aye. Trying to do these flash fucking shots.
We just need to dig in
Oh,
now. don't we?
Knaus, what was that, man? Come on. I mean, the passing today from Arlott has been abysmal. Keep giving the ball away,
Yeah.
cheap areas. It's doing my head in. Because mistakes like that will lead to us conceding goals and losing this game. And that would piss me off.
Well, we're set up in a strange way now, so it's we're
I don't know what
inviting
is Arteta smoking them in.
You've got to be careful because you could be the card, you twat.
Oh man.
The same player took out Aubameyang now flew Eddie across the floor and complaining, like, I did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Go on, Zoolander.
Come on, boys. Please get this
Well
goal.
done, Bellerin. First touch there is a good first touch from
Come
Bellerin. He
on.
won the back, done really well. Give it to Willock.
1-0.
What's the score? What's the score? My audio commentary has missed it out. He's not told me for. Is it still
It's still 1-0 Arsenal.
1-0? Yes.
I think Ketty had a chance there on his head, just fed it over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Eddie, come on, Eddie. Oh, unlucky. Get the ball, hold the ball up. Hold it up.
It was a good free kick, but Eddie couldn't keep his header down there under pressure. It's a good ball in though from Ceballos. Actually, could have maybe done a bit better than that watching the replay. He wasn't under that much pressure really. Maybe didn't get his jump quite right, did he? Maybe went a bit early, but anyway.
Oh, of course, that's a foul. Of course, yeah.
It was a half chance.
Traore, he literally elbows Ainsley in the back. Nothing. He goes at the ball, makes a tackle.
Oh, what's Eddie doing there? Past it.
Free kick to Wolves now, and Ainsley's been booked. Again, Michael Oliver, ladies and gentlemen.
Terrible refereeing. Absolutely terrible.
Yeah, because Martinez milked it, and he's got booked, and Ainsley's been booked. But literally, in the build-up, fucking Traore goes behind him and smacks him in the head, and throws him off balance. Nope. And then literally, because Ainsley's then gone in for a tackle for the ball, and Martinez made the most of it, he's been booked for it. It's free kick Wolves. Thankfully, it's in their half.
Yeah, I don't know really. I mean, Traore sort of bars him off the ball. He was just stronger than him, wasn't he? That was the thing. I mean, look at that there. I think that's a fair challenge from Traore. He's just stronger, and he's pushed him, and then Maitland-Niles has maybe got the ump and gone in a little bit. I mean, it probably wasn't worth a booking. I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But it was a foul.
The other way round. We've seen today. Similar challenges we've been booked for.
Well,
they're not getting booked for.
I don't think it was a booking really, but anyway, we've sort of dealt with a free kick, which is the main thing. Although we're still not really keeping the ball very well. We had a good 5-minute spell, didn't we? Just then, where we had a couple of little chances and.
Look at that ball! Get that ball, boy. You're thrown away, but still.
I think Mustafi's had a good game actually. Talking about man of the match, I think he's got a shout.
Yeah.
I think he's had a decent game. Mustafi.
Touchwood.
He gets a lot of stick, but I mean he's been playing pretty well lately, and I think he's been really solid today.
Well, since Arteta's come in, him and Luiz, both performances-wise, have been a lot better than what they were beforehand. Before Arteta came in, and they've got better and better. And to be fair to Mustafi, out of two, he's been the better one.
Yeah, no, I think that all the defenders have done well today.
Yeah, today, but that's only in general over the course of the last few months.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've all improved, haven't they, since earlier in the season when we were conceding, loads and loads of goals. So.
Come on, boys. Overlap him. Come on, guys.
We defended that well. It wasn't a great ball in.
Well, that's what we had. Aubameyang out left. Had to play a ball in with his left foot, which he couldn't do very well, and that's
because Alex just stood there because he's out of position on the left. He's moving on the right. He's just stood there waiting for the ball. He sort of overlapped him and gave him an option of overlap and continued the attack that way.
How the hell is that a free kick? Honestly,
Michael Oliver,
Jesus
ladies.
H. Christ.
All I've got to say is Michael Oliver.
He's just giving Wolves as much of an opportunity as he can, honestly.
I mean, I can't remember who the ref was for the home match we had against them this season, but it was a similar situation. As soon as we took the lead, it was literally everything the ref could do to help him, he was doing. It's again happening today.
That was the first. He gave the foul for the Ceballos challenge, didn't he? Not the second one. The second one, Kolasinac won the ball, but Ceballos sort of did foul him. I think he stopped his momentum from getting to the ball.
Lucas Torreira and Lacazette are both coming on now. Just having their studs checked. You see it's coming off.
I guess Torreira, it's just to give him a little run out, you know.
Dennis Ceballos is coming off for Torreira, and Eddie's coming off for Lacazette.
Yeah, I mean that probably makes sense, actually, doesn't it? With sort of 10 minutes to go, that kind of makes sense. Freshen it up a little bit, you know, in midfield and up front. I think Eddie's done all right, hasn't he? He's not. He nearly scored in the first half. He's not had a bad game, I don't think. He's not been fantastic, but he's not had the service, has he? So let's see what Lacazette can do up there. It's good to see Torreira back as well, isn't it? Because he's not playing for a while. Let's see what happens here then. See if Lacazette can
help us out.
It would be nice if he got the second goal, wouldn't it? See, Torreira's been to the Barbers. Good lad.
Yeah, he's not the only one.
Yeah.
Now they're open again. He's been, isn't he? Good lad. That looked like it went out for Maitland-Niles, but anyway.
It's nice to see Torreira back on the pitch, though. It's about time we seen him. Yeah,
no, it is. Yeah, it's good to see him back. Let's hope he can have a little impact in this game.
Oh, referee!
Just won the ball there.
Literally, you wanted to play on, but Lacazette got, again, from behind, got swiped from behind with his calf. And the referee tried to do the play on, obviously, but Cody's have been booked eventually. But he's called it back while we had the ball, by the way. So we could have had an advantage in that sense. But it was
See, bringing Torreira on seems to have released Xhaka a little bit more forward.
Yeah.
He's kind of pushing forward a little bit more like he did against Norwich the other day. Oh, that was a foul, yeah.
But Mark Oliver took so long to make that choice.
Well, no, he was waiting to see if there was an advantage, wasn't he? To be fair to him, he was waiting to see if there wasn't, so he's booked him, which is the right decision.
Oh, Hector! Oh no, unlucky. Come on, Joe, good boy. Hold it up. Good play, Joe. Good play.
Starting to get tense now.
Yeah, the last few minutes.
Yeah, it's just a dodgy lead 1-0, isn't it? Oh.
Yeah, always at the basket.
We haven't even had a real chance second half. I don't even had a shot in the second half, have we?
It's like the George Graham, right? 1-0 to the Arsenal. I'd rather take that right now.
Yeah, good on George Graham days, yeah.
2-0.
Yeah, I would take the 1-0.
2-0.
Like a blood Glutzet.
Ah, yes.
Is it?
Yeah,
that would be brilliant if it is.
Kevin Campbell tweeted it out first.
Oh, good old Kevin Campbell.
What a goal. Get in there. Game over, boys.
I just said Lacazette would get a second goal, didn't I?
We've played this well.
It's almost been the perfect away performance, hasn't it? We've defended well, and when the chances have come along, I mean, I haven't seen the second goal yet, but
Lacazette got it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're headed on our way to Champions League football, then, lads.
Daniel, you're right.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful goal. Come on.
I'll tell you what, the table at the moment, lads. I'll tell you what, the table at the moment is we're only 3 points behind fourth.
and that's
We're
Chelsea.
only 3 points behind United.
Yeah, and
Chelsea play later.
Yeah, Chelsea play and they lose.
And
As you said,
fifth, and fifth is probably going to be enough for Champions League.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at Wolves. Sorry, no, we're actually still 3 points behind Wolves. So yeah, we're 7th though. So
yeah, but
3 points behind Wolves. I'm doing all right.
Laka scored his first goal.
Yeah, because we should be 6 points behind United with this win.
Yeah.
We should be on 49.
Yeah. 6 points.
United should be on 54, 53.
Go on. Oh, Nia got third. Willock, but cleared off the line by Neves.
This is a
No,
great
54.
Well, let's go back to the second goal. Great assist from Willock, though. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Didn't he take that well, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, very good finish. He's actually finished well for once.
He did, yeah. Lovely first touch,
Yeah.
beating Cody, and then he just got it into that far corner.
Yeah.
I mean, Wolves have been beating everyone lately, so this is unbelievable. This, and it's been a
And away
decent
from home.
performance.
And they get away from home as well.
Xhaka won the ball there. Oh, this is great football. Oh, Willock must score. Off the line. Oh, my word. This is fantastic. We look like champions next season here, I'm telling you. That's what we're watching. We're watching next season's champions. Look at this.
Yeah, title winners next season then. Yeah,
Look at this.
title
Look
winners,
at
yeah.
this.
Jesus
Saw Liverpool
Christ.
the other night. It's on Liverpool the other night. They're terrible. We're much better than them.
Liverpool ain't got nothing on us. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ. And now can I have some of that high grade that you've all been smoking? You know?
I'll get all the troops for you.
We're playing gamesmanship now. We're actually, Maitland-Niles actually taking it down to the left corner flag to try and waste time.
The irony.
See,
Wow.
we've got the mentality of champions. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
We all laugh, but imagine next season we actually put a title challenge on.
I don't see
Okay.
why we can't. Honestly, don't see why we can't.
And paid off in the second half of the season.
Let me tell you.
Richard, what have you put in your tea, mate?
Yeah. I've
We've played 4 decent games now, and that's it. We're title challenges. Hey.
No, but what you've got to look at is, right, you've got to look at the fact that, one, the shape of the team over the last 4 games. We've gone away to Southampton, always beat us. We've beat them. We've gone away to Wolves. We've not beaten since they got promoted, and we've played really well and beaten them. We've thrashed Norwich in the meantime, and we won at Sheffield United.
The formation's doing a lot for us. Yeah, the formation's doing a lot for us.
When we get 2 or 3 better players into this formation, we are going to be unstoppable. You know, forget this Liverpool nonsense. Forget all about that. They've lost 2 games. They got hammered the other night, right? We're going to go next season. No one's going to hammer us. Not at all. I'm telling you. We
need those 2 or 3 players to be honest.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna do better. But yeah, it's going to be tough anyway because you know the situation's a bit different at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I mean, to be fair, we're finishing this game absolutely on fire. It's almost like
let me say this, right?
Relax.
We need to do this, and don't get me wrong, Wolves are a quality side. But if we can do this against one of the big boys and pull a result off, then you could really probably say that things are changing.
Yeah, but when was the last time?
Like in the FA Cup or something, if we can pull a result off against City or even beat Liverpool at the Emirates or something, the league with this formation and that, and you know, then we could sort of say, okay, this works against the big teams, and because at the moment it's all well and good beating Wolves. It's all well and good beating Wolves, and don't get me wrong, it's great because Wolves are a decent team. But for me, the benchmarker is if you can get a result against the top teams, the big teams.
But when was the last time we won away from home against a team that were above us in the league before we started?
Won the ball.
With a clean sheet.
Yeah, I can't remember last time we've done that. Probably since we won away.
No, we've done really well, but we need to not get carried away and not think that this has solved all our problems, because it hasn't. You know.
Oh no,
I'm not being too negative. Don't get me wrong. I'm just keeping it grounded because you know we've been here before where we've had a couple of good results, and everyone's thinking that we're the prime Barcelona, and then they have one bad game and people remember exactly why things have are not that great. So we need to just
Well,
accept the results for what they are. Great results.
Well, league-wise now, we've got Leicester on Tuesday, North London derby next Sunday. The Sunday?
Yeah.
And then you've got Liverpool midweek and then Man City. But them three league games I've mentioned, if we can get in them 3 league games at least 7 points from them 3 leagues.
Yeah, win against Leicester.
Win against Leicester, win against them, not down the road.
I think we'll beat Liverpool. Liverpool on holiday, so we're definitely going to win that.
I'm saying a minimum. If we get a minimum of 7 points,
We need to beat Spurs.
game on.
I think we'll get 9 points in the next 3 games. I think we'll beat Man City, we'll win the FA Cup, and we'll finish 5th.
And suddenly Arteta's then putting down a benchmark to not just to the start 11, but the entire squad of what this is what he expects. On
Do
basis.
you really think we'll finish 5th though?
Yeah.
If we get 7 to 9 points on the next
It's
3
momentum,
games,
isn't it? It's momentum that we've now got.
But it's up to, obviously, Man United have got to drop points. Where can you see Man U dropping points? Because at the moment, they look on fire.
But we say this last.
Chelsea can be caught.
And also we
Man
say
United are going to finish 4th, aren't they? Man United are finished 4th.
We are. How many points behind Chelsea? We are. We're 8 points behind Chelsea.
No, we can't be.
No, not now. No, we're
No, we're
5.
5 points. So again, Chelsea have got to
But
step up.
But they're going to play. They're going to play later. If they win later, then they're 8 points.
Yeah. So if
might
they
not
lose, like if Chelsea lose or draw, then you could arguably say, yeah, listen, 6 points. There's a possibility because we only need 2 wins. But if Chelsea win, you could probably say it's all over.
But also,
but if Chelsea draw or lose, then you could probably say we've got a chance. We've got a chance. But it's all dependent on other results. See, it's not just down to us. It's not in our hands.
yeah. So also, we said this time last year. No, I say this time last year. Around about the business end of the season and the last few games, we had the easy running, remember? And look what happened to us. No one saw us losing certain games, and we lost against Palace at home. We drew against Brighton at home. Games that cost us effectively the Champions League spot. So it can be done.
We had Emery then.
And also another difference as well this year that could go in our favour in terms of them dropping points is literally we're playing every couple of games. Every couple of days they're playing. So eventually, players are going to pull injuries or have the odd off game.
Yeah.
Where we expect them to. Well, today they conceded 2 goals against a team that's about to go down. Yeah, they won 5-2, but they still conceded 2 goals at home against a poor team. So it can be done. It's just dependent on who the opponent is and if they take their chances. I think have they got to play Villa as well at Villa Park in this as well, along with us in the last few games. So, then if they're playing teams that have got something to fight for, i.e. relegation or European spot themselves, that's when the things they'll come unstuck. I mean, I keep going back to it last week.
Bournemouth. They fresh Bournemouth today. Who gave it their all?
Yeah, but they still. What I'm saying, they still conceded 2 goals against a team that's about to go down.
They get it because Bournemouth really attacked them today. They left themselves open.
I'm not convinced that we're going to... I'm not convinced that we're... I think we could possibly get 5th place. I think we could get 5th. Potentially we could get 5th.
And as it stands, 5th gets us Champions League, so...
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't because Man City, nothing's been decided. As it stands...
That's what I'm saying. As it stands, that's what I'm saying. As it stands...
As it stands, Man City are... As it stands, that the ban is not there. It's going for appeal. So until that's confirmed, we can't pin our hopes on getting
wow.
5th place.
Full time, lads. Full time. Wow, what a win. 2-0, clean sheet. Wow.
2-0.
Clean sheet.
So yeah, listen, that's brilliant.
Wow.
That's not. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not saying it's not a great result. It's a brilliant result, but we need to just keep it grounded. Just
keep the momentum going as well.
Keep the momentum going.
For me, this is built really good building blocks. I mean, we're laying down a good foundation now. I think we've found a formation that actually works with these players. Well, with most of these players, and if we could just put the right blocks into this formation now with two or three of those players we really need, then I think we really can push on towards Champions League positions next year. I really do. I think we can do that with the right players. Definitely.
Yeah. So
This
what
formation,
do you-
this formation is working well for us, guys.
Yeah,
we
the
changed
three
this
at the back.
3-4-3. We changed this
Yeah.
into changing 3-4-3, and we're, we've played 3 games with it now. We've done really well in those 3 games.
Yeah, we're doing brilliantly. We are doing fantastic. We're doing better than the 4-3-3 that Arteta started out with.
Yeah,
And do you know
Yeah.
why? Because the 3-4-3 complements our weak midfield.
Mm.
Whereas the 4-3-3 exposes our weak midfield, the 3-4-3 complements it, and I think it helps us. I mean, maybe when we get better players, he might use another formation, but at the moment, that it's working well because it's complementing our lack of midfielders.
If you think about it, when you're playing with a solid, well, I would say, I mean, we should have a solid back 3. And you're playing with wing backs, what you're doing is you're complementing the defence because you're actually, you've got 5 in defence at times, and then you've got 5 in midfield. So you're complementing all the time the midfield and the defence, with those extra 2 players. And I think it works really well. You leave the 3 up top to do their job. 3 really good players up top. So when you're complementing midfield and defence all the time with those 2 wing backs, it's really working well.
Yeah.
Also,
what are people saying in the chat? What are they saying? Are they all happy or?
Let's just go through, guys.
They better be bloody happy.
If anyone's not happy after that, then I don't know what's going to make them happy.
Whilst I'm looking at the chat, I've just seen the league table. And I've just seen if we were to win on Tuesday, we would then bring Leicester into that drag fold of falling out Champions League spots. Because if we win, we're then 6 points off them. If we win,
if Chelsea lose and then we win on Tuesday, we'll actually be 2 points behind Chelsea.
Exactly.
Yeah, and big up Tyrone here. Tyrone has mentioned
Watford do need to win. Watford have to win, don't they? So Watford are going to go for it. I reckon. I fancy Watford now. I'm strongly fancying Watford.
Troy Deeney brace.
Yeah, Troy Deeney can score 5.
What do you guys think if we need 2 centre-back and a defensive midfielder with this formation? A solid 2 centre-back pairing as well as a midfielder, holding midfielder.
Saliba and Mari, I think, will be the obvious pairing going forward for next season. I think that will be the obvious.
David Luiz in front of them.
Yeah.
But I
think David Luiz has never played there.
Partey as well. Partey.
I think we're bringing Partey. I think we seem to be very close to him.
Yeah,
he's going to change our midfield.
With options as well. We need options, and if we can have competition on options, that's a good thing as well for Arteta. So he's not just relying on the same player every week, no matter what. He's providing keep the players on their toes because it's been too.
What time does that Chelsea game kick off?
Arsenal. Kick-off is 8 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock, is it?
I'll just double check.
Sam, Daniel.
Yes.
What do you guys think of Ainsley Maitland-Niles? Though he's been playing on the wrong side of the sides, What do you think of him?
For me, he did his job. He was put on there to try and keep Traore quiet because he's a good tackler, and he's got some pace and he's got some physicality about him. And you saw when he had the ball, he didn't really look comfortable, but when he didn't have the ball, he did a good job, and I think he did some really good defending on the left there, to be honest. He did his job. I think Arteta obviously gave him that instruction saying, listen, you've got to help Kolasinac cover Traore, you've got to keep an eye on Traore, and I think he did really well doing that. He was used as a tactical resource, and he did it really well.
Do you think that the formation exchange of playing players out of position, was it something like a gamble worth taking? To get the result done?
It was definitely a gamble because I don't think he sort of planned for it, but it worked well because I think he realised that Maitland-Niles is the better defensive option instead of Saka. As Richard was saying, I agree. Saka is not as physical as Maitland-Niles, not as big and strong as Maitland-Niles is. And against Traore, you need that physicality. So I think he realised he needed to quiet Traore down, who was coming back into the game in that second half, and I think Maitland-Niles was just put on the pitch to do that, have that one task basically, and he did it really well. Even though everyone was sort of, "Wow, what the hell is this? what's going on. He wasn't brought on to play a left back. He was brought on to cover Traore, and that's what he did. Because that was the best option I think Arteta had available to do that. He needed to quiet Traore down, and that's what he did. And it really helped because when we quieted him down, all of a sudden the other guys they started playing again, and we defended well. And when we got the ball again, we used the ball a lot better than we've been doing.
Yeah.
So we actually started to look quite comfortable. The last 10 minutes, we actually looked quite dominant and quite comfortable, which I haven't seen us do in the last 10 minutes of a game for I can't remember how long. It's before Emery, that's for sure. You know, I mean, maybe some games under Emery in the beginning we looked okay, but it's been a long time since we can say we looked that comfortable at the end of a game, and a lot of it's down to the decisions Arteta made. You know, I mean, you look at Saka. I mean, Saka playing out right today. Yeah, it's not his natural position, but he did a job. He scored a goal. He looked okay out there. He did quite well. You know, I don't think he'll be playing there when Pepe's back again, because Pepe had to miss out today, of course, for personal reasons. But when Pepe's back, he's going to be out there. So yeah, I mean, listen, there's a lot of positives here to build on from this.
Oh,
And you know, when before the restart, right? Remember, Sam, we were going through all the predictions, and Wolves were one of the teams that we predicted would get beat against. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I was a little bit more optimistic with other results, but Wolves was one of the game where you would think, do you know what, actually, we're going to really struggle, and we didn't struggle. We grounded out a 2-0 win, which I think is good for this group of players.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Listen, we're not gonna, lose our sense of, reality here and start thinking all of a sudden we're automatically going to challenge for Champions League spots. I don't think we can jump that far. But what I'm seeing for once, which actually I think is a big positive for us, is I can see Arteta now. He's actually found a formation that's working for this team of players, because that's what it's about. When it comes to me, well, the way I think about management is you've got two approaches to management, and there's only one approach that really works. You've got the classical approach where you think you've got your ideas and you want to impose those ideas on the players. Like you say, listen, I play 4-3-3, so this is what we're going to play, and that's what we're going to play no matter what. We're going to put these players into these positions, and we're going to play 4-3-3 because that's the way I want to play football. And then you've got,
isn't it? That's how Emery managed.
And then you've got what I call the more pragmatic, the more realistic manager, and for me, the better manager who gets the better results and performances out of his players. You've got to look at the players and say, okay, how do these players? What kind of formation do these players suit to play? Do they suit a 4-3-3? Do they suit a 4-4-2? And you have to spend time figuring it out, which he has done now, Arteta. And I think now this formation that we haven't seen before, I call it a hybrid 3-4-3 because we change a bit around, but it's basically a 3-4-3 with wing backs. For me, this is the formation that suits this team. These players are actually playing well now, or a lot better at least, in this formation. So he's actually decided, yes, let's change the formation to suit the players, which is exactly what you have to do. If you're going to get the most out of your players, you can't expect them to play something they can't really play because you've got an idea about it. You've got to get the players to play something that suits them. That's the only way you're going to get something out of a football player, is to put together something that suits them.
But did you not feel also a little bit, though, that this is a similar formation to how Manchester City play, which is what Arteta was using before? And I think he's looked at it. He's obviously tried a few different formations, hasn't he, in some of the earlier games before the break in particular. And now he's I think he's always wanted to use this system, and he's now found a way of doing that, maybe by leaving Ozil out for a start off and, putting the three at the back, which I think suits David Luiz better as well, because he's got a little bit more protection around him, and it does seem to suit the players that we've got. But I think that was always going to be the plan for going forward with Arteta, to play this system, and obviously now we can see quite clearly that it works with the players that we've got a lot better than how he was maybe some of the systems that he's tried in the earlier games when we wasn't winning games.
Yeah.
We were scoring too many, wasn't we? And it's working really well at the minute. And you can see this is going to be the future now, isn't it? The players that he buys, like he said the other day, he knows what he wants. He's going to buy players that are going to fit into this system and make us stronger and better going forward. And that's going to be hopefully a strong sort of defensive midfield player. Maybe a more ball-winning centre-half, which I still think, I'm not sure about Saliba yet. I've not seen enough of him to see how he's going to get on in the Premier League. Maybe that's him, and then that'll be fine. Yeah. And I do think we still lack a little bit of balance on the right-hand side, which, Saka got a good goal today. Pepe's got a few, but they're not naturally right-sided players, are they? And I think we lack a little bit of balance there. But having said that, Man City tend to play with their wingers on the wrong side, if you like, don't they? With Sterling quite often playing on the left when he's right-footed and stuff like that. So, and obviously Aubameyang plays on the left when he's right-footed, so it can work. And maybe that's just the new system now. Maybe wingers don't tend to play like that nowadays, and they're more coming inside and getting on the end of things. I don't know, but it's good. I enjoyed that today because we look like we're comfortable in how we're playing. Everybody looks like they're comfortable in the positions that they're playing. They're playing for each other. There seems to be a good balance in the team, maybe apart from on the right hand side. Yeah, and they seem to be playing for each other, and they look like a solid group now, which we've not had. When Emery was there, it was like 11 individual people running around not knowing what they were doing. And now we've got a plan. We've got players who believe in the plan, and it's working. And it's great to see. And like I said before, 2 or 3 good additions to this squad, and I can actually see us being in a position to really, really challenge for stuff again. Maybe not winning the league necessarily yet. That is probably too soon, but I think we can challenge. I think we can actually, this is the best away result we've had in the Premier League for probably 5 years, and I don't think that's an exaggeration.
Yeah, and also you got to remember we just played Sheffield United away as well and beaten them, who are also a very solid defensive unit. They've let in the least goals in the league apart from Liverpool. And we've gone there and beaten them, even though it was in the cup. We still had to go, and it's still the same team we've played. And
look what they did to Spurs the other night as well. Do you know what I mean? So Spurs absolutely turned over. So
to go away there and beat Sheffield United and now beat Wolves away as well. I think it's promising. It really is promising.
Could you have seen us doing that? Could you have seen us doing that maybe 3 or 4 months ago?
No.
2 away games at Wolves, Sheffield United, and winning. I could never.
To be honest, I couldn't have seen us doing that 3 or 4 games ago. For me,
it's 80% down. 80% down to the formation, 20% using players, in positions that suit them better for this formation. And but it's definitely this formation change has done so much to us to make us more solid, especially without the ball. And then when we got the ball, we've got more options in midfield as well, because with 4-3-3, which we seemed to be playing earlier, we were just so open. We're so open in midfield. Our defence was exposed, and then we couldn't really, put anything together in midfield either to complement the attack. So now we can complement both defence and attack with those wing backs. It's given us a lot more options to play the ball, and I think it's looking really good.
Yeah,
it is really, really good. Yeah, exciting times coming up.
Sam, what do you think if, let's say, all the players are fit, back into full fitness? We stick with the same formation, but we have to stick the best out of the 11. So who would you go with? Because I know there's a mainstay of a few players that can retain their spots in the 3-4-3 system. But who else you think you can change with the current crop of players in on basis on the players returning from injury as well?
If we just look at the squad we have now without any additions, then for me, I would the changes I would make is for me, I'd like to bring in maybe a Holding instead of Kolasinac. I'd have Holding back there instead of him. Keep Luiz if he's playing okay, and he's fit, and then the same with Mustafi, who did quite well today. Then I would use Cedric. I think Cedric did very well today. This was his first starting game with Arsenal. I think he played very well. He did a lot of good tackles, did a lot of good passes. He made a couple of small mistakes as well, but so does most other players. For his full first starting debut, I think he did very well. So I'd use him out on right wing back. I think Tierney has been excellent as usual out in left back, left wing back. They're the wing backs. I think that's what Arteta has viewed them as being, because they seem to be doing that role very well. And then in the central midfield, then the two holding players there, or just say one maybe more of an interlinking player, and then one of them holding. I would like to see Torreira instead of Xhaka, to be honest, because Xhaka for me is just still a liability. He's making too many mistakes. He's too slow reacting to things. I mean, I'd like to see Torreira actually given that chance to actually hold there and get that holding role. And Ceballos did. I mean, I would prefer Guendouzi, but I think Guendouzi now we have to realise Arteta doesn't want Guendouzi. I don't think it looks that way. So then it's going to be Ceballos, because Ceballos did well today. Ceballos did well, keeping hold of the ball, distributing the ball in that deep role. So him together with Torreira, I think could work well. And then up front, then the three up front, then you've got Pepe is going to be out right. I think he's going to be getting better and better now without the ball. He seems to have been a lot better with the 3-4-3 formation. So I think we can definitely get more of him out right there defensively, and hopefully he'll contribute a bit more with the ball as well. And then for me, I would change. I would like to have Aubameyang in the middle, because for me, Aubameyang, even though he still scores goals, he's not doing what he should be doing out left. I mean, as much as he should be doing, you could see today there were many times he had the ball and he couldn't really cross it, he couldn't really pass it. He was, he's a bit lost out there. We need him in the middle. And then for me, we could use Saka or Martinelli. If Martinelli's fully fit, I'd like to give him a chance as well. Alternate between maybe Saka and Martinelli out left, and use Aubameyang down the middle. And I think that would be our best team out of the current squad we've got now, in my opinion.
Yeah. Do you even consider playing Saka as the number 10? What do you guys think?
But then you're just using one up. Maybe just dropping maybe just having one up front. Then you're dropping Pepe maybe a bit lower as well. That could be an option, but I think Saka does really well out left, and you've got to stretch the team as well, right? You stretch them out wide as well, and Saka does really well out wide there. He can come in and score goals, and he crosses well. And I mean, for me, Saka out left, he works well out there,
No, definitely. Yeah, I mean,
I think he's done all right, Saka out
left.
Daniel.
Daniel.
I think he works better out left. I mean, he's great in that central midfield role, but I think he works better out left. I think that's his more natural position, and we get more out of him. I think Arteta's got his eyes on, like a natural number 10.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing right now is
I'm not sure if the number 10 role actually exists in this team, in the formation that Arteta plays.
Not now, not this one. Now, no. I
don't think it's going. I don't think it's going either. Look at Man City. Don't play the number 10 really, do they? They've, De Bruyne is not a number 10, is he? He doesn't play in that role.
What you do is you have that central striker who becomes what they call a false 9, right? So he drops in and links up with midfield, but then at the same time, he should be able to go into attack when it's needed as well. So you have someone who holds up the ball, passes it out left or right or into someone running on, and then he's going to turn and run into the box. That's what that false 9 is going to want to do.
Yeah.
And then that way you've got a combined striker and number 10. That's what the false 9 is.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't really necessarily think doesn't look like that's the formation, the way that we're playing, though, does it? Doesn't look that way. Now. No, and I don't know what Arteta's plans are going to be going forward. We'll have to see. I mean, as the way things are at the minute, I think that the front three can be interchangeable, because we've got 6 players really for those 3 positions. So we've got options, haven't we? Obviously, Pepe wasn't there today. Obviously Lacazette came on and scored a goal. I mean, Willock can kind of play in that role, couldn't he, as well, if necessary? So, and I think obviously Martinelli's the other one as well, isn't he, when he's fit? So we've got a lot of options in those front 3, and I would be tempted to interchange them in different games and during the games as well, you know. And I think that's and again, the Aubameyang through the centre, he's not going to probably play there, is he? As much as I think we all want him to, he doesn't seem to.
No, he seems to use him out left, even though.
Yeah, so then
for me, he'd be more effective in the middle. But maybe he's not as good with that hold-up play. That's another thing you might be looking at. That Laka and Nketiah might be slightly better at holding up the ball than he thinks.
And that seems to be the case. But yeah, I mean, it's good that we've got them options in those front three positions that can interchange. They've all got slightly different characteristics, haven't they, as well? You know, I mean, Aubameyang's good on the left, but he cuts in and gets goals. You know, Pepe's a lot more effective on the right than perhaps anybody else, even though he sometimes needs an extra touch to come back inside. Saka's great on the left wing, going past people, whipping the ball in. You know, and then you've got Martinelli who can play on the left or through the middle. And he's effective, isn't he, in both of those positions. So we've got a lot of options there. And I think that the rest of the team at the moment basically is picking itself. I think Torreira's got a chance of maybe getting into midfield. He'd more likely replace Ceballos in, as Ceballos isn't going to probably be around next season. And Xhaka and Torreira have worked well previously when they've played together before. That could maybe be an option there as well. Again, it's good to have options, isn't it? And the back three, Kolasinac is maybe the weak link out of those three, isn't he? Because he's not a natural centre back. So again, I agree when you said about Holding maybe going in there as a natural centre back for there, but he did well today, to be fair. So you know, credit him for that. But he's not that's not his natural position, is it? So I think going forward, we'll probably look for next season. Obviously, Saliba's going to come into the back three, isn't he? So and Mari as well. I mean, Mari would be good as the left-sided one of the front, the back three, wouldn't he? Being left-footed, so then you've got a good balance there as well with Saliba, and then possibly David Luiz and Mari maybe for next season as a back three. That might be what's going to happen. But I say it's good that we've got options now. You're saying look through the squad even now, and you think we've got options in nearly every position. I mean, Maitland-Niles, like we said, came on today to do one specific job, not to play a position, but to do a job on Traore, and it worked. Traore hardly got the ball after he came on, did he? There was one time when he got through, but that was it. And that works really well. And the fact that we've got these options, and Arteta's thinking about it, isn't he? And now, you know, he made the right substitute at the right time.
Impressed. I'll tell you what, I was so impressed. It actually impressed me about Arteta today because he actually looked at that Traore threat and he said, right, I've got to do something about that. And he did. The option
I was a little bit, when he first took Tierney off and when he first took Tierney off and then put Maitland-Niles, you sort of you could question, hang on a second, what is he doing? But then when you saw it play out, it was like, actually, it's working. It's working.
Exactly.
What he was doing.
And you really quieted him down. And for me, that impressed me about Arteta today. That he can actually do that type of tactical change during a game and actually do that. Because if you remember, that was something Arsene Wenger never did. You remember that? How many times we had good players play against us, and he would never do anything to counter them ever. He would just let the game play out. Yeah.
He would say, you go out and play your game and didn't worry about the opposition. Whereas today, you know, Arteta's seen the threat there and he's done something about it and it's ended up winning us the game. That's won us the game as much as anything, isn't it? Because Traore was no longer a threat. Yeah. And he was their only main threat before that. So that was brilliant management there, brilliant game management, which is maybe something I've maybe questioned Arteta on previously.
Yeah, me too.
Tonight he got it dead right and that was impressive. It was impressive. Everything that... I was impressed with everything from the team lineup to the formation to the way that we approached the game to the way that the team carried out the instructions and then obviously the substitutions that he made during the game as well. Everything was perfect. I mean, you know, he's brought on Willock and Lacazette. They combined for the second goal as well. It's just everything today was perfect. And I know it's not always going to be like that, but the last few games it's been building up and building up. And if this keeps progressing now between now and the end of the season, it's going to look a lot better, isn't it? We're going to finish the season feeling a lot more optimistic about the future, I think, because, you know, that's a performance we've waited for a long time, away from home against a good team. We've waited for a performance like that where we haven't just got turned over. We haven't turned up without a plan to beat them. He turned up with a plan to beat them. And this is why I believe we'll beat Man City in the semi-final for the same reason, because Arteta will know how to beat them. He worked out a plan to beat Wolves and it worked. And I believe he's going to do the same when we play Man City in the semi-final. And with this team we've got now, I don't see any reason why we can't do that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Listen, I guess we'll have to wait and see on that one. We'll have to wait and see. Listen, guys, I think what we should do is probably wrap up. what I'll do for those of you who's waiting for the player ratings, what we'll do is we'll do that at a separate show tomorrow.
Yep.
Just simply because there's another game on the Chelsea Watford game, and I know a lot of people are going to be interested in watching that. So what we'll do is we'll do the player ratings and a bit more of a review tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure what time yet, but I'll keep you guys in touch on the channel, and just stay tuned. I'll post it tomorrow once we've decided what time to do it. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll wrap up. So what I'll do is I'll go around each of you and just give your platforms a shout out. So I'm going to start with you, Ryan.
Again, as I suggest, I'm the host of the Mr. Arsenal podcast. And on Wednesday, you'll be on my channel. We've decided to take turns of doing the watch along, so you guys will be on my channel and I'll be hosting. So it takes pressure off you, Daniel, for one game. But yeah, I'll be doing watch alongs there. But not more previews, reviews, quizzes, which won't be one this week coming because Quizmaster's gone on holiday for this week, so he's coming back the following week. So we've got a quiz set up already for the following week. So see if Richard can retain the crown again.
That was exciting last night, wasn't it? That was exciting.
Going for the triple header.
That was
nerve-wracking. And I'm now going to be doing a weekly go back to doing my weekly podcast. Now things are getting back into motion with different guests on each week, and yeah. Also, my Twitter handles on the screen there, Mr. Arsenal 89. If you haven't already, when it comes to my YouTube, if you haven't already, do subscribe. Go over and subscribe, smash the like button, and help grow my channel as well. But as I said, Daniel and the guys are on my channel for a watch along for Tuesday.
Yeah. And we'll go to Sam next. Just give your
thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks a lot, Daniel, for having me on. As always, it's been a real pleasure. It's been great to have Richard on and Kevin, seeing you again, and Ryan. It's been fun. My channel is Sam Greenwood TV here on YouTube. It's just been going a couple of months now, really. I'll be doing mainly like late evening chats with different guests. You'll probably see these guys here on together with other guys as well. Just talking about Arsenal's latest news, matches, stuff, what's going on in general. And I'll also be doing a little quiz here and there, I think, when I get a chance. Apart from that, I'm mainly on these other guys' channels doing watch-alongs and other shows. So please check my channel out. Again, it's Sam Greenwood TV. Subscribe if you're new and check out some of the content, like the videos. It'd be great. You can also get hold of me on Twitter. At 1980_Greenwood. Give me a follow there. I post some different stuff now and again. And big up to everyone in the chat. Good to see all you guys again in the chat, all the regulars. And it's been fun. Let's move onwards and upwards with Arsenal.
Yeah, and Richard?
Yeah, I just want to say really thanks for having me on, Daniel. It's been really good. I've enjoyed it. Obviously, I know Sam and Ryan from previous stuff that we've done, so it's good to obviously meet Kevin as well, and yourself, Daniel. So I remember I'm on Twitter. It's obviously Guna Rich B is me Twitter. I've got a blog as well, an Arsenal blog. It's called Over and Over and Over Again. It looks back at ex-players that we've had, classic matches, and also as well I put on match reports and previews of the current games that we're doing as well. I normally post that on Twitter and on Facebook as well. There's a Facebook page as well which is called Over and Over and Over Again, so if you want to have a check of that, have a look at some of the blogs that I've done. And I normally pop up on some of these sort of podcasts as well. I've been on Ryan's channel quite a lot with quizzes and stuff like that and what have you, and a few others. So it's just great to be a part of it all. So again, thanks for having me on. I've really enjoyed it today, and a great win for Arsenal, which is the main thing.
Yeah, definitely. I think we can all agree on that. And Kevin?
Yeah, guys. Daniel, first of all, thanks for having me on the show again. And it's great to be back doing this watch-along after going missing for the last week or so due to personal reasons and stuff. But yeah, it's good to be back again. And yeah, I'm kind of buzzing about the win as well. 2-0. Yeah. When we were literally, I was kind of the omen, and literally I was practically going to be the scapegoat practically everybody said that if we were to lose, and I'm going to be crucified or something. Thank God Arsenal didn't let me down. So this time I'm trying to bring the good things back, and maybe I'll enter to Ryan's show next, and then maybe you do a watch along there. And up the Gunners, we'll win another game against Leicester then. Let's do this, man. Thanks for having me, Daniel.
Yeah, and listen, guys, it's been a great show. And like Ryan said, on Tuesday, the watch along is going to be on his channel. So there's going to be no watch along on this channel. It's going to be on over there on Ryan's channel, which is the Mr. Arsenal podcast. So please go and subscribe to him right now if you want to see the watch along on Tuesday. And also, we're going to be back tomorrow with the player ratings and with a bit more of a review. That's going to be coming up tomorrow. And please do go and check out Sam's channel as well. Sam Greenwood TV does great content. So go and check out those. And listen, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for taking part in the chat. It's been brilliant as always. And listen, a great win for Arsenal. Listen, we move ever so slowly up that table. So hopefully Watford can do us a favour tonight and give us a little bit more hope. And until Tuesday on Ryan's channel, it's a goodbye from me and a goodbye from the panel.
Goodbye.
Up the Arsenal.
Up the Arsenal.